Hey guys, it's been a while. A few days, right? Thought I'd pop in for a minute anyway. Um, I hear these streets have been extra stupid and treacherous, right? Um, yeah, what I've caught here and there is pretty fucking stupid. Same shit, different day, right? Nothing really different about that through the years, but um, the amount of garbage right now is semi peak again. I'd say. Well, I mean, you know what I mean. Like for right now, for what remains, they're trying real hard to do whatever it is they do. All the things at once, I suppose. But I caught something a few days back. Before I took these last few days for little on myself. Um, that I've been just over and over and over again. Here, you know. I'm still weighing it. Um, it's not something I didn't already know, but just hearing it again in this way, has me a little in my feels. I don't know. I do appreciate that they were able to use like one little post over here on the community wall to tragedy pimp the hell up with and make their content out of, which is pretty well expected of them. Um, you know, and to light a certain cycle off lately. Um, it's kind of predictable, really. Um, especially when they can twist things to make it look like folks are all ah, and like running to Mexico or something. I'm not sure. And do other weird shit with, Um, and during these times, I guess any post would they could twist like that. But like the post said, and like I said on live after, it is to find a more permanent solution. Certain motherfuckers motherfuckering with us, and you know, sort of judged how the winds were blowing with certain dumbasses like, oh, I don't know, Don B, Brooks, the rest, and Ziggy all taking a post and making it into a thing. And thought, well, you know what? It's an opportune time while they're all tragedy pimping it the fuck up and twisting around some teams or investment teams or whatever the fuck it is they do back there and in front of the world. And while they're, I don't know, doing whatever it is they're doing there, now I'm gonna take a few days while trying to find a permanent solution to monster and others and right? And I'm also gonna get care for myself that very much needed. And I told the kiddos that I would go. So I at least kept little birdies from visiting or peeking in rooms, doing anything stupid, trying to see when and where it was, that sort of shit. Um, well, this realm was doing what it was doing with post. So, thank fuck for a few things. Right. Anyway, yeah, I tried to walk shit off for quite a while too long, and I thought there was a balance. There was. Um, but then, after when you come face to face with monsters, well, you're used to the balance being thrown. And then certain bodily systems not letting you walk it off anymore because when balance is thrown and shit overtakes and gets real dark real quick. Lived it for a long time. Face to face is always worse. That's what threw the balance this time to where it was like, ah, shit. Well, I guess we'll be walking this off on our own. So, and I'm trying very hard right now to rest. Trying, being the operative word. And, do what I'm supposed to be doing to, you know, have help walking it off. So, anyway, just saying, and I'm probably not going to be able to hang in here long with you all, despite all the herky fuck you tonight. Uh, so, probably not going to be able to stick in here long with you guys. It just, not walking it off by oneself is a little brutal sometimes. Anyway, it's one of those, like, treatments sometimes can be worse than the fucking shit to begin with. Right? One of those types of things. So anyway, I heard a few stories through the grapevine. I believe that all three of the dipshits getting up to that used the same language that was not used in the post. So false narratives, false bullshit, false blah blah blah. Uh, can't imagine why they're all using the same thing, narrative, and the wording that is wrong and is not included in that post. Wonders will never cease to link them together. It just never ends around here. So here's your sign if you ain't caught on yet. I think Don Bungles everything over there, thinks his volume and titles and mic moments and all that, and then an actual lowering of his video, like, I don't know, I think he thinks it was missed or went over people's heads. Um, that might be subject to the blackout cycle. Oh gosh. Dear Lord, some days I wonder about their module taking, I do. Anyway, but I heard my tattoo artist was a thing again. Uh, Once again, over all these years, it's strange to me. It's strange as fuck that y'all went and hunted down somebody, and the only way you could have done that was with personal information, Monster and gave, and certain other things. But anyway, it was bad in the beginning. I didn't even remember the dude's name, right? Didn't care. Don't really particularly like the motherfucker. He rubbed me wrong. But he could do the work that I needed done. That was his specialty, were these types of objects. Because guess what? You just can't be like, hey, it's a tattoo shop and that tattoo guy. Like, yeah, unless you want janky ass work, right? Place picked the dude. I got the dude. Didn't like the dude. I can still, wildly enough, tell you after all these years, though, what our conversations were almost verbatim. I knew the math didn't quite math. Certain tales said the last night that he did one of the sessions there that I had to go in for because he was gonna be locked up. It was a tattoo shop scheduled it. They were like, hey, the guy's getting locked up. We need you to come in. I was like, oh, well, whatever. So anyway, after that, forgot all about it. Didn't give a fuck about, you know, and whatever. Anyway, it's still weird to me that y'all went to those links. Not sure what the fuck the deal was. I don't, like, how'd you even get a hold of that? But it's been years of this. It's not a new thing. It's not new news either. They, like, straight doxed and did all the things in the way back years ago. After people behind the scenes around us were playing fucking tee shit. And, I don't know what all the linkages are there. Don't really give a shit. Y'all have at that one. Not my fucking problem. That's where it goes. I'm glad for years y'all have gotten content off of it. Ziggy can suck my dick. So can Fred. Y'all carry on. Whatever the fuck it is you're doing. Screaming. I heard you run around rooms. Yelling about something again. Like a chicken with its head cut off. Don't really give a fuck about that either. I also did see where Ziggy pulled the other gamey narrative bullshit that didn't make no sense. With the whole Jody Sue tagged Summer a month before she vanished. Here's this vid that ain't showing up. Somebody for her was looking at some janky ass website search engine, and their search criteria was Jody Sue Satin. So either they were looking for one of my prior videos with the title, right, to bring it up, because there's something in it they want. And trust me, it occurred to me that maybe I should private that. Nah, because they something in it one of them fucking module taking research queens once. Or is after. I don't really give a fuck. I assume whatever's coming in the janky ass search engine search is one of the stolen vids from Squall that was on that date. Had nothing to do with summer tagging, blah blah. Right? Is what the actual link is. But then she puts up a post. It's supposed to be that, now it's video private. But it turns out for some reason, okay, now get this shit. Alright, get this shit. I search up my own shit. I'm like, wait a minute. None of those are private, that title. I said, what the fuck? And I know damn good and well I didn't tag Summer or anything before she vanished. I didn't even know she had a Facebook. She vanished. Whatever. Anyway, as I recall. So, yeah, no, there was no videos made or tagging Summer. It's horseshit. It's one of the link or whatever the hell it is was probably a private Facebook vid I done this Aaron and Squall or one of them stole her, and all the shit after Candace asked for being and whatever, right? And so then it's placed here as May 13th, etc. Or whatever, May 3rd, May go fuck yourselves, whatever the hell it is, right? So anyway, then she does some janky ass fake shit like Ziggy's known to do, all the way back to the Doug and Griff and Ziggy play rock, paper, scissors with the DCS reports, which was right before she tried to help choir me, May, and about all that shit, right? And then she absolutely monetized her channel and her Discord on my name, my cancer, and my domestic violence all in the same breath. And for all these years, Ziggy Piggy. Right, so anyway, the thing is, she shows you what I just like assumed Squall, whoever had that up, and maybe private, but no, 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 no. Here tell the story from Six Cunt. Yeah, 'cause I don't like that tragedy pimp bitch either. She's just as bad, if not worse than. Plus, I mean, both of them are wound up around the investment teams and setup-y teams, you know. They play off each other. It's just like tragedy pimps exposed being a piece of shit, too. If you ain't caught on yet, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Anyway, and if they're all playing the money game back and forth right now, I'm just, ugh, right? It's been years of this shit. Everybody's going to get a clue or just, I don't know. Don't care. It's not my problem. It is, but it isn't. I'm really just like, like my objective here when I jumped here is to figure out what all these motherfuckers are doing, hunt them down, and to warn others. Right? That's still the case. And warning others that come along or in other cases are surrounding them. And also letting the world, whoever comes through, maybe, whatever, know how these people are and how they operate um, is essential, I think, to changing and continue speaking to help get it stopped, or at least maybe lend hand where, you know, like it keeps one or two or 45 or whatever from being hunted, acquired, victimized, hurt, you know, bothered, fucked with, destroyed, tampered with, team sported, monstered, tragedy pimped, that type of shit, you know? So, anyway, so Six Cunt, Air's Peace, I'm not sure what the fuck's going on. Same shit, different day, all the years. It's a circle. If you buy the bullshit that everybody's like, da, 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 you go right ahead. You go right ahead. If you're entertained by it, you go right ahead. But anyway, so what Six Cut says is that uh, her watching module taking research team sent her a screenshot from my live stream that went private. And it's at the exact same time, whatever, wildly enough, of the screenshot Ziggy has sent her by someone saying that vid privated. It was the live I'd done the night before. Ziggy took exception to, said some shit in it about Fred. Right? It's wild, both of you fucking tragic cunts. Got people watching them recording my shit. Like, oh god, look! It was private! What the fuck is wrong with you people? Y'all okay? Don't answer that. It's rhetorical, of course. Y'all are fucking strange. Weird. Monsters. Tragic. Tragic. Terrible shit. So anyway, bloodletting, leech, vampires, extraordinary, I'm not sure. So many fucking things. So, I believe on top of that, there was some other fuckery committed by Ziggy again towards myself, and I don't know what, I can't remember what that shit was, but it was regurgitated cycle of fucking nonsense from hell on it. Let me see. There was the oh yeah, she did the same post shit with the same wording, Don B, and the rest put out as last. And it also includes Brooks. I imagine that. And we've never really gotten over these years all the receipts on Brooks and her role in this fucking group. Eventually might do that. I know I keep promising. But, you know, some things just tally. So, the thing is, there was something else. What the fuck was it? Tattoo. Bullshit language that matched, and there that matched on being bricks, and then The horse shit was private. There was something else. Hell, I don't know. Sure, it's 5,000 times mentioned in mine or fucking monster's name. I don't really give a shit. Her and Fred need dollar store money or something. We don't really care. I don't know what's going on there in the other tennis ball courts with the no. We're fighting and suddenly time I can come live 50 times to go back and forth with blah blah blah. Bullshit. That one, I swear to God. And then it turned rabid after a certain investment team and monsters and shit got around it. Really should tell you everything you need to know. And it should. A lot of people have not been paying attention or just don't care. They're part of the whole fucking mess here. And in real life, the ways in which these things turn. So, um, and I can't decide which is worse. Six cunt. Crystal's piece of shit. Or Ziggy. Swear to God. I'd say Crystal takes sort of the cake. They're all fucking psycho Looney Tunes. Just fucking ultimate filth, right? Definitely obsessive fucking freak. I don't. Some days you want to vote for Zeke. You're like, shit. And some of the years I really thought Six counts like, okay, maybe it's just she's really pissed off. But then when you start getting more background on the shit, right? Those receipts and everything, you know how the shit went, And then where they actually found each other and how much has not been into it. And it just, it's like suddenly we believe this stalker extraordinaire just now found out that Ziggy had been a psychic and with a Google account and whatever website for years prior to coming on, and that she was in the psychic community and shit. Weird, huh? Weird how many of these motherfuckers got ties to that fucking wallet that keeps all the streets really running and helps insert often with these groups first. Oh no. Right? Tell me another tale, Jesus Christ. So anyway, they just keep each other's buttholes licked. That's how that works. And anyway, so yeah, it's wild. We're all supposed to be like, yeah. Stalker extraordinaire just suddenly found out that Ziggy had websites up and was pretending to be like years prior to something. Okay. That's weird. Because this had been out for years. I'm like, whatever. Yeah. Whatever. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of other mess in there, but it's like 16 live streams a day, tit for tat, da. Running the room, running eyes, running cash. Oh no, y'all, it's fucking stupid. It's full on anti tragedy pimp, tragedy pimp. It's just stupid. Right? Same shit, different day. You get it, to this point. But honest to God, those three. Can't with any of them. And I'm sorry, but I call bullshit when any bitch is up on platform being like 1-800 domestic violence, but hanging out with the investment team and a monster and turning a rabbit overnight, and then being such a desperate or so many, and then meeting Ziggy in the first place on fucking dope forums and shit years ago. Like, come the fuck on with all this bullshit. It's just too much, but oh Lord, I don't know which is worse most days. They're all obsessive, weird shit shows. Ziggy's a bit different. Those other two, though, they got. Some days I really want to be like, damn, Zig, if I were you, I really would take out fucking orders on that bitch. Sue the fuck out or not, I don't know. Seriously. But, because Zig it ain't gonna, so. But then again, when they're all working together, But either way, I'm just not gonna take a bitch seriously, just like curiosity, and like I'm not gonna take anybody on this platform seriously when you, like when they enter domestic violence, but then you've got Monster rotating in your room with the entire massive goddamn investment team and players in the mass movement. I don't think so, honeys. I don't think so. You keep that shit to yourselves. Fuck straight off. Okay, I can't take you seriously. Uh, I'm not going to either. I'm gonna call it like I see it. And that's it. All of them are. I mean, we're all fucked up, okay? Everybody. I don't think there's one person on this planet that's like not fucked up to some degree, okay? Uh, but some of these motherfuckers, like, damn. Like, I thought I was fucked up. No, no. These people take the cake, the icing, the cherry. They're goddamn lunatics with extraordinary criminal records, same shit going on in their lives. They're supposed to be treated like violence, drug abuse, this and the other, diddling around with a bunch of fucking pedo friends, family, all this other crazy shit they got going. And they just hide behind avatars and cultivated voices and bullshit. Cons, scams, propaganda. Man, it's the way of this realm. And it's shooting fish in a barrel part of the way. Half the son of a bitches in chat and otherwise are all part of the goddamn shit. You know? Plus the little side hustles. And it's like, holy damn, you know? I'm just no longer shocked by it. And I mean, it hurts my heart and soul. It infuriates me. For years, the tears I've cried over it are innumerable. You know? You know, there are just some days. And just some days. And not just twice today. Anyway, there's a bunch of stupid around here besides all them, but I just, but there's no. I don't know, you can only cry so many tears sometimes. Feel, some days the scales are like, do we go with anger and rage at it? Or do we cry? Or do we continue to call it, it's always a toss up, It's a weird state. Not really. But, one more time and I'm gonna start eating fucking faces off out in the middle of the road like goddamn zombie. One more time. Some days, man, you're just like that. Anyway, there is something I want to get to because, oh Lord, I need y'all to hear this because it was an amazing work of art. An amazing work. Art dramatic. What is it? Ask some bitches. Oh yeah. Should be named the only crimes and lies being committed. That's what it should be fucking called. God, is that the virus? That could have been it. I don't think. Hold on. Alright, so, I don't know, like always, uh, with this one, I don't know, like they tend to do around here, and if you don't pay attention, you don't know what they're doing to you. They'll put something on the screen, title won't really match, it's supposed to be about one thing, but really what's happening is you're being propagandized, okay, and the actual content, capital C O and everything else, um, will be to make you think, you know what I mean? It's a thing. Example, this, right? And a billion others just like it because it's that cliche and monotonous and over and regurgitated at this point after this many years. You'll see them title whatever the hell live it is, one thing. Then they'll put a picture of one of us up, our names, usually in somebody else's video they're playing. And then while they're at it, they'll do stupid shit and they'll play little bits of this and there. But meanwhile, the stream ends up being about everything but what the title. And so, I don't know, it's a way to push out narratives, targeting cycles, um, get y'all to hear certain things. Then the rest of the stream is basically them playing cowbells or some doofy dance off video and shit. And you don't even realize how you've been mind fucked or put on a hate train or made to think certain things, or you don't have all the context that goes by all the bullshit. Right? Now, Brooks full of bullshit here. Like it's typical, spent the whole stream playing Benny, PG, no, PG, your buddy, and Candace during these cycles, that, well, Candace was lying. We were full on being targeted. And the narratives were many and team sports and setup-y shit. Fucking hoaxes. Motherfuckers attempt to modulate because they're inept as fuck. And stuff were all occurring. Okay? Now, so Brooks' buddy here, she's playing Peach, no she is. And then Ernie's over there, of course, because shit. Why not, right? And wasn't Ernie, yeah, it was Brooks that lifted Ernie off when AB started on her ass and busted her out as a busted ass can of biscuits and having an extreme criminal record. Her and hubby both, who's obviously, they're both alcoholics at the very least, and they're all in their own cycle of DV of some kind, because that shit ain't normal between them. I think we've all heard that. Anyway, but yeah, and then AB sort of started targeting her. She get back in line all it by calling out her shit, and then he hit it, of course. You know how it works if they get back in line. Also, always keep in mind that for some reason, Brooks is the one everybody's sent to in cases, especially Summers, if they're looking for payment. But then Brooks is like, no. Now you wonder what kind of central little role that is. I don't know. I just know what Big Eyes called it the fuck out with her and Kev both, and then they play like they don't. But Brooks, you've heard her say it herself that Andy and others, I can't remember who all, were sent to her. Who did that? Who on earth could be responsible? I think even Don said he was too. It's the strangest thing. Weird, that. Weird. How they're all quiet and then Brooks is sitting there and she's friends with Ernie and a PG. Oh my gosh. Tragedy pimp. Shit, it just, something. So anyway, but anyway, so that cycle, she lifted off Ernie again. Ernie and Candace, everybody else getting into whatever on Daisy's. I don't know. AB called her out as a busted ass can of biscuits for bringing Ernie. I think that's when he did the mattress and the hammer and all that shit too. PG helped play in that garbage, content making everything for all the tragedy pimps. You know, it's how Brooks, PG, and Ernie and others work together, and Brooks is definitely a central little role in this tragedy pimp organization working over several social media platforms thick. Yep. Poor old Brooks there. I don't know. Whoever buy her case of beer and her wax for her little old legs. She probably can't see below the biscuits. If not for all that. Anyway, so I don't know. She went through playing several cycles of PG, Candace, Benny, and others playing bullshit to target on the children. And with Candace fully lying her ass off, and somebody definitely behind the scenes, targeting team sports, module takers, couple of net motherfuckers, trying to use YouTube as a tool. There's this famous line from Chase, Brad with Sean, and it goes thusly, quote, if there's a lie, they told it, end quote. If there's a lie, then they told it. Now, considering half of those emails pretend to be everything else, and in communication with sending shit back and forth, coming through Vincent and others at the time, it's really hard to tell who all he meant, but, it doesn't take a goddamn super genius either. Anyway, we'll just stick that strap bear's ass and leave it there. So, hell, maybe it'll be in a purse wallet somewhere too. You just never fucking know around here. Oh hell, maybe it's in a camper. with everybody who's doing legal tag. Wait, was that an Anna? Or was that a which one used the government job again? Oh, was that a Candace Price? I just don't know right now. Who they were gonna, you know what? It's fine. So I don't know. We're all still trying to figure out who they is and who all the uppers aren't we, or are we? So this is several cycles deep. I'm not sure which fucking hoaxy bullshit this was they were playing. And probably try to see what they listed or shook over here with the tool bag or just, you know, like PG script writing for and covering up for, or the other is trying to use this to see what responses they could elicit by putting out this shit no matter who it destroyed with garbage ass fucking theories, but thinking they could use YouTube to help no matter who it got them destroyed, contaminated, fucked with. You know. And all of them did it most likely for the people most likely to be responsible. Or their real buddies they're still really hiding and all fucking around with someone. Because I'll be damned if it was a tree or a bear. Bullshit. Motherfuckers out here lying so much. I'm sick of it. Anyway, so we're gonna listen to a little bit of the horse shit from the years because she went through several sections, made stupid noises like always. Her goddamn bark thing, it's atrocious. She should probably stop that and never do it again. I think I recommended that last time. Oh well, right? Listen to this shit though. It's fantastic. Lovely. It's amazing how my community post just made them all feel at the same time. Bless them.
So, the dog psychology is crazy. All right? Everyone that has been to that hill will say, oh, those dogs they're like a pack. They'll surround you to the point people get scared. There was a guy down in Eufaula, Oklahoma. He was baling hay. Older gentleman, surrounded by a pack of dogs. They killed him. Right? The dogs were there. And
bitch, were you on the road? Were you on 110? Were you on 112? Were you in the neighborhood? Were you hiding under the goddamn beds watching everybody fuck with Jenny and Adrian? No, you were not. And get this, the behaviors of those animals were changed after some revenge. On June 15th, when we make this clear, everything changed. Everything. And none of you experienced or knew that place or any of us prior. You did not know land. I don't give a fuck how many of you went up there after and how many dogs were there, were not, or when, whatever. You have no fucking clue. Alright? None. Nada. Also, you should probably go back and you're going like, oh, well, McDonough, whatever. The dog's barking. Yeah, I heard him that day when his pussy ass got out of his shit. And he was like, you know, I heard him. I thought about going down there and being an assistant, and I was like, fuck that. I just didn't feel good that day. So anyway, because I was going to my entire city parking. Which I don't know. Anyway, point is, yeah, I heard that shit going down, but you should look through all the other newspapers, right? All the articles. When happens to be dogs aren't there, and it happens to be somebody else's dogs that are there that have gotten loose. And the reporter's like, oh, these dogs are actually nice. The only people say don't bark at all. Yeah, it's because they're other people. You know? So, I don't know what to tell you. I don't really give a shit about your old dog debates either after all these years. Cram all that up your ass too, frankly. But yeah, according to Brooks, I guess, her, Jenny, Adrian, Ziggy, Alan, they just lived on the fucking road. They know. They know.
Especially the mama dog that gave birth under the house and was nursing her puppies.
Had pups, and a mother dog won't leave her pups, so that dog had to be there somewhere.
Correct.
Maybe.
Correct.
But that also doesn't mean that that dog was a barker, a growler, protective, or whether it was one of the ones that was totally cowardice, you know, and all that. Cowardly. It doesn't mean a lot of things. Either way. Whatever y'all say, right? Anyway. We're gonna carry on. I'm never getting through this. And I'm trying real hard to speed run tonight.
But also, you got to take it.
This is one of those two where they started making, let's see, pick up all the animals for the camera and all that. Yeah. Going on about nature, the environment, or something shit too. Mimicking, copying. It was a strange times, man.
Consideration, Jody Sue knew all them dogs. They wouldn't carry on if she was around.
It's
But fuck, they didn't. Fuck, they didn't. Y'all stupid. It shows how much y'all know. Dude, those dogs, didn't matter who the fuck were. Some of them, there was one or two in particular. Man, they could hear us outside on our own shit, and they'd be like, da, 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 da. Or every time I go to my car parked at the bottom of my fucking driveway, they would run over and be like, da, 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 and try to nip at the ankles and shit. And it's like, man, go a little back over your driveway. It's my drive. Alright? I just ignored them for the most part. So don't tell me shit y'all don't even know. Alright? But y'all gonna act like you know. And it's always been that stupid shit. And even Candace at the time on panel with PG knew better than this shit. But she let it go anyway. I wonder why.
facet. Those dogs did know her, correct?
Probably the same reason she had people, I don't know, either misleading them or straight up lying to them about all the things. Yeah. And trying to get them near people to fuck with. Yeah, just under false pretenses the whole time. You know, they just love their games. It's just. How many campsites does Dobbs have? Exactly 0. Hate for anybody to get fucking hung. Fucking sick of this shit after this many years. Sick of it. And all the motherfuckers from that goddamn road. All their bullshit, all their teams, all their little tragedy pimp helpers, and the true crime genre over here. Over many platforms to goddamn investment teams, their little fingers in every high profile case and then some. Actively trying to destroy that. I just don't know. But I'm just. But I'm like at a zenith. Right? I'm at the zenith of fuck all them motherfuckers. You feel me?
I truly believe that. I truly believe it.
Well, thank God Benny believes
Because, you know, her and Andy was both over there helping to search for Summer. She was down.
Oh, what the fuck? That I don't know what she means by over there. And when, because we're not simultaneously. You know what? I don't care, and I've probably watched this piece before. Hell, is it the one where Candace moves her timeline back to 4:30? Who the fuck are they? But anyway, yeah. Because she flew down the driveway as fast as she could. Anyway. Whatever y'all say. It must be fucking true, I guess. I don't know. Fuck it.
They're wading in the creeks, and the dogs were there at that time. And they didn't seem.
Excuse me? Hold up. What the fuck did she say? Okay, I might care about that.
You know, the dogs seemed to know her. They wasn't.
Actually, the
Anyone taking gabapentin or pregabalin for over 30 days needs to see this. Did you know that neuropathy has little to do with your nerves?
mama dog that gave birth under the house and was nursing her puppies.
Had pups, and a mother dog won't leave her pups, so that dog had to be there somewhere.
Correct. Correct.
But also, you got to take in consideration Jody Sue knew all them dogs. They wouldn't carry on if, you know, if she was around.
In some facet, those dogs did know her. Correct. I truly believe that. I truly believe that.
Because
Oh, y'all must miss that word of the day, motherfucker, don't you?
you know, her and Andy was both over there.
Who helped formulate a plan with all the dope heads of other types of criminal organizations to do half the shit that's being done in Summer's case? Yeah, it's wonderful. Y'all must miss him.
Helping to search for Summer. She was down there wading in the creeks, and the dogs were there at that time. And they didn't seem, you know, the dogs.
Now, in the way back, and now I'll ask, did you ever hear me say the dogs were there while I was in the creek or anything else? It's wild, the games and the lies and the bullshit they've perpetrated upon the public and everybody in Summer's community, and everybody, I guess certain people wanted targeted over the years, and, you know, whatever. The investment team wants back there. So anyway, for whatever reason they all want it. Whether it's millions or not to get hung or whatever the fuck it is, I don't know. Don't really give a shit these days.
To know her. They wasn't carrying on or bothering or barking or, you know, so that means that they knew her.
Well, one of the interesting things about Jody Sue and
PJ just made that all up and pulled it out of her ass. Brooks' buddy there. Brooks is playing PG like it's legit content. And she's hanging out like, and does none of this ever strike y'all as like, yeah, anybody playing PG as is, and then there's like, oh my god, no. Yeah, like, oh no, this is a legitimate source of hashtag Summer's Army or hashtag Michael or hashtag Petita, whatever, right? Really? Really? Come on now.
hating. You know, it was Candace stated she came down there and that woman hadn't been in that water by what Candace could tell. She wasn't wet.
No, she wasn't even
Candace
wet.
said
Yeah, no fucking shit. more shit. It's always more shit. It's always been more shit around here. And that Candace and Don always participate in the shit. Feeding people, neighbors, others out, personal business. All being recorded within 24 hours, that type of shit. Using the neighbors hearing a scream when it was convenient to take away from Don diddling his fucking sisters and being a goddamn pedophile piece of shit. Oh, look here. They're coming back out again. Share here. I'll out the neighbor. Oh, and here's the cabin. They're along my line. Everybody, y'all too much. Uh-huh. Well, let me show the news lady down this goddamn dog trail and formulate something and the way I want to twist it and make it. And it's fucking convenient. Oh, while Kansas inside still cooking up the DCS fucking tragedy event play that would come down the line. DCS stole my kids. Yeah. Hedges and bets, I guess. Fuck it. Right? I told y'all. I'm kind of in a mood lately. Alright, so carrying on.
As dry as a bone.
Right. Now,
Yep.
if
She
she,
sure was.
if she says waiting, it gives you the ideology that you're going to come out of that thing with some sort of evidence that you've been in it, right?
Absolutely.
So not only did she say she got in it once, but she said she got in it twice.
Right.
So, there's an issue with that. Not only that, but I've been hearing a lot of chatter about.
And I tell you another thing.
I got into the creek, but then I got into the creek. In the creek. There's 3 creeks there. Figure it the fuck out. But no. Never said. You know what? Y'all just do what else y'all want to do after all these years. You did it then as doing other shit like on Tragedy Pimps. I clearly watched all this. I kept most of my thoughts to myself. Like I do a great deal of things over the years. Despite how much or how long these live streams are, I keep quite a deal. Great, large, big, compiled deal to myself. And I do try to bite my tongue quite a bit. And not go full tilt every time I hear or see something stupid. Every day out. Yeah, whatever. Alright, fuck y'all wanna believe, I don't care. You do you. Y'all wanna listen to these fucking criminal bastards, you go right ahead. I don't care.
Didn't like that I just recently heard her say. She just recently said that being in the water, that she got in the water and being in the water blocks the scent of humans.
You can if it's running water and this and other, and it's what, you know what? But actually, certain forms of water enhance scent.
So that tells me, she is schooled
in the ways.
Amen.
And once again, I'll posit the question. Okay, so at most water up to upper thighs, right? In certain zones there. I get out of the water. I then have dogs and everything else by us that night. Cops, detectives, feds, all that, right? Nothing untoward happens. No dogs, alert on me or otherwise. So I'm gonna ask again for the 4 minutes time. The fuck? Did I kidnap or do something nefarious with just my toes and kneecaps, or am I like the little dude on the real monsters, the eyeballs, and what the fuck do y'all think? Are you that stupid you can't think through the dumb shit? like slow blink. A like you have to go. They're being sent everywhere, right? Yeah. Now, granted, I was wearing like shit ton of Victoria's Secret, like I always do, spray down before I leave or whatever. But you know, I didn't want to fuck up anything that way or break stuff. And you can always look at both sides of the bank. This here, I mean, it's pretty reasonable shit. To the rest of it's just autopilot, you know. But y'all stupid. Y'all stupid. I just don't know what to tell people that after all these years, these are the idiots they listen to. This is the garbage they bought and never thought, like, the next step. Wait a minute. Oh, water just on her leg and stuff would have. Oh, yeah, so I guess she, like, ran up a dog trail or something. Kidnapped some or did something bad with just her feet. And then got in the water. And then there was, like, Corn to Squall and PG and everybody else. Oh, what? Like, I took out soap and washed my feet. Like, come the fuck on. Give me a fucking break. And then I'll always ask, over and over again, what would be the motive? I'll wait. And if I hear property or anything else one more time, I'm gonna scream. Because, bro, you got somebody fucked up. Also, what I'm very confident of is that, others like Ellie and Feds are very well of all the data around some of us and know, historically, that ain't our character. So, and we need types. I mean, like, man, I just can't. You know, like, I don't want to do this over and over again. I am not the type to harm or hurt a child, to kidnap, help cover up. You think I called in on these motherfuckers for saying there's a kid for sale, but then, like, something happened somewhere, I wouldn't be like, holy shit, I'm on one? Are you stupid? Do you think I'd risk my life for an unknown child at another point in the history of my life? And but then do something to another? Are you fucking stupid? And I doubt alien feds and profilers and everything aren't either. You know, and there are many other instances of things. So I just don't, you know, I know better. I assume they know better. And considering there'd already been things they know of that had transpired, you know, so either way, for years though, it didn't keep us from being targeted, annihilated, destroyed, tampered with, inserted upon, hunted, or eaten alive by motherfuckers trying to toolbag this fucking arena with a bunch of tragedy pimps and investment teams. And those probably actually involved being afraid and using this realm to their advantage. Mud, Jello, chaos for one reason or the other. I just some days.
There you go.
But it's like she's vamped this story that she wants you to believe all of this, you know.
Everything you just heard from them was created by anybody else, and I didn't create anything. They do though, don't they? These creators.
Tech stuff,
And
right?
y'all
Like
really take motherfuckers like this seriously. And then help enable them destroying and inserting and annihilating real people, real communities, law enforcement, families, victims, survivors, fighters, whole nine. It's forms of fucking entertainment otherwise. I don't get it. I'll never get it. Other than the fact that they're monsters and weirdos and these strange individuals that's, I don't know, have some needful things and disorders.
Out in the water so the dog couldn't smell. Well, then make sense about why Candace says you weren't actually in the water, though. So, yeah, I don't know.
Right.
That's just strange, right? It's like, you know, and then you got all the meth needles in the water and all this crap she's saying, and you know those things.
And like, and then now, mind you, other tragedy pimp teams and boots on the ground shit went into the swimmer and seen materials as well. Yeah, and they've been getting pretty bad on either side, and the whole neighborhood was like, the fuck, right? But either way, yeah, and tells you kind of what kind of people you all are, or what you think about first. And I remember way back when they kept having this cycle go because school started and whatever, right? That it was, oh, well, you'd go get your real shoes on, you blah, 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 and then go back there. Are you stupid? Nobody would do that. When you're trying to locate someone missing, especially a child, like, okay, let me go waste fucking time on my sick, happy ass, back up a goddamn hill, get some shoes on, then go slog around the creek. Yeah, let me do that. You are the last people on earth. I won't search it for anyone, quite frankly. But it tells you a lot about individuals when they say stupid. Well, if there was needles and stuff, you know, it's giving you the impression, why would you go in? You know why you do that? You do that because you think outside of stuff and you go, okay, you know what? A needle in the foot ain't shit to finding this missing child. You think a tennis shoe is gonna save you? Boo boo. How about a fanny pack and granola bars? No, but which is more important? And when you, oh my gosh, I couldn't take an injury to my foot with a needle. Just, oh, you're the type that you would run away from a fire and not towards. Can't help that. That's our shit about you all, not me. Y'all want to think weirdo? You are. We've said this a million times. Like, I'm just over it. But that's to give out the narrative, right? Propaganda. Well, they're right. Beanie's right. Who would do that if there's needles present? I don't know. Probably anyone that doesn't think, oh my gosh, why would they? Probably anyone else that doesn't think that way. There's two types of people in this world. Those who run towards and those who run away from. Those who find YouTube true crime entertaining and those who create murder or missing books for themselves. Type of motherfuckers that run away from fires. And the weirdos who dream of somehow being in the middle of a fire one day, wildly enough, despite stats and odds. And would have no clue what to do if they did find themselves anywhere near one. It's fine. Carrying on.
Small, minute.
Have you tried Wix or Squarespace but never finished your website? You're not alone. With these website builders, 80% of business owners never finish their website, and you end up paying a high monthly fee for a website.
Details aren't true.
Maybe you should go consult with like Ryan if you're having a problem. He loves building shit. Websites especially. He could probably do it for you. I mean, his views are sort of tanky. While he's still trying to behave, while Don B thinks nobody's noticing his false leads later are kind of coming and going again. Along with a few others. Have you noticed those correlating? Remind me to tell you about another trick and an instant way to tell who's got the fake foot Kruger in here. I've been meaning to get to it for quite a long time. But yeah. It's a good way to tell who's, I don't know, making you think there's several thousand watching or ever have been. You know what, we'll just go ahead and get it. You know, like, if you see a live stream, and the live stream's like 2 hours long, and they have like, say, exactly 2,000 that watched that live stream, or 1,000, they're bullshit. Now, sometimes you'll see the 2.4, 2.2, 1.2, whatever, right? That leftover number at the end, uh, that will usually be your real count. The others are going to be fake. Okay, if you see, well, I don't know, it's one of those things. If you, like, for instance, PG's last night was like 3 hours, 40 minutes long at 3.4K or some shit like that. If you see that happening with live streams, videos, any of your favorite tragedy pimps, you have an aha in your hands. It's been something I've compiled over the years and been pretty well aware of. Don't know how many others catch on to this mindfuck tragedy pimp nation over here, but yeah, it's always sort of a good way to tell. And the views do seem to come in by 500 or 1,000 amounts. So when you keep seeing a creator who the number of watching correlates by the thousands with the hour, you have a fucking aha. You have an aha. I'll be right back. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, it's another thing to look out for. It's another aha. Um, you'll see like a 1 hour vid with 500 views, right? Uh, Precisely, or just a little bit over. It's that little bit that's mostly the actual views, whatever. Uh, but if they're getting 500 to 1,000 views per hour, and then when their vid stops, the views are only, and even after that, they're sitting at almost exactly, like, you can look at the number and it almost matches the time the live ran, and it looks just like, the numbers. It's like 3 hours, 40 minutes, and then 3.4K views, or 2 hours and 1,000, or 2 hours and 2.2 or 2.4. There's your son. And they love pushing that shit to one another, so they cycle the rooms, time them as well. They'll also push them to anybody they want to look like they're being watched more at certain times. That way, it's also a form of manipulation, like people feel like they're more special or something, being heard more, or maybe they'll say more when the tragedy pimps and such, and the module takers and the failed psychologists and everything else in the background think that's gonna gain. So I guess that works on those who think it does. Anyway, people who care about that type of thing, whatever. All right, carrying on. I don't know where we're at. I don't really care either. Something dark side. Bullshit. The targeting team.
Candace said there wasn't any
Candace said there wasn't any math. Jody Sue is not educated in anything, okay, except for purple eyeshadow, glitter nails, welfare, faking illnesses, and sucking dick. That's it.
I am pretty good at sucking dick, Brooks. I am pretty good at that. I am. I'll give you some numbers. Anyway, I don't know. It's a favorite hobby of mine. So anyway, it's a thing. Real adults here, it's fun. I don't know. I guess I'm supposed to be insulted once again. Why are you and Six and others? No, it was purple, wasn't it? I'm sorry, it wasn't Six Count, it was purple. Why are you bitches always trying to put a dick in my mouth? You two skanky, weird bitches are low class. Like, that's all you can say about me is glittery nails, purple eyeshadow, which I don't seem to wear a lot of these days. And it wasn't just straight purple. You should probably get your old lady bifocals out when you've not got the drunk googly eyes going there in the middle of your own domestic violence situation, trying to make a criminal dollar, Brooks. All right. That's bougie ass eyeshadow one, just purple, and I don't care. I'll wear whatever the fuck I feel like. Makes me happy. Cause I don't give a fuck about you or what you think I look like or how I should. I don't know. See, it speaks to this moment. You got problems, girl. But why are you in purple and all these other bitches trying to put cocks in my mouth? Benny did that shit too all the time. Is this supposed to really offend me? She get nothing but sucking dick? I don't know. Just, seriously? Like, y'all are grown, right? Once again, just like purple, I'm gonna be like, y'all grown, right? Y'all not have one of those in your mouths, what's the problem? And if you ain't, that's your prerogative. I don't know. The last one, she did it like an insult because of, I don't know, not faked illnesses and things. Because get this, Brooks. Get this, no shit. You can't just walk into a 7-Eleven like you do for a case of beer. Yeah, or a liquor store. And ask for one of these bad boys. Or the other things, like all the receipts I've shown factually from heart attacks and shit. Bitches like you over in this room and others help cause, and and then the out of balance shit lately. I mean, no, Brooks. What's weird to me is beyond the post. This is the only one I caught wind of that might have gotten wind of me actually off care, and that's why this wording was used, possibly. So we held off for a bit before I then continued on. So, the rest didn't seem to get any wind over. I'm sure the narratives would have changed over here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with no, buddy. I'm gonna go with no. Oh my shiny new. Can't walk it off myself, too. And no, these are not narcotics. We'll still go piss test or piss test on live stream if you like. But anyway, yeah, I'd say not. I'd say not. And I've shown real receipts for my real shit. But that's a good narrative you got going there. And you're on your feels about what? Oh, a post. Rad. Gosh. Oh my god. Well, you have Summer's name hashtag and my name all over your screen, shitting all over me for what kind of dollars, Brooks? Are you just running streams with your name in it? Hashtagging no one doing whatever and just luring people in with your amazing fucking personality and brilliance. Like, Well, a dog don't live. This one time a dog killed a man in a field. He was elderly. Hold on, Greg. I gotta say one more thing. Anyway, so apparently I wear purple eyeshadow and glittery nails, which I had to stop long ago because you same bitches. And, all the thing, anyway, I just, yeah, it's like, fuck it. It's just like my nice mugs. I changed them out just for you all to cups like this, so y'all couldn't pretend I was intoxicated or drinking. Which I know y'all love. Right? You're like, oh, look, we're affected our life. No, you ain't. I just know shit like this stops the stupid sales pitches of you all to people with half a brain and you know, the brilliant motherfuckers unlike you. The semi-educated Brooks.
That's all that woman knows. She has.
And anyway, I don't know, Brooks. If you don't like sucking dick, that's your prerogative. I don't know. I guess we're all supposed to be offended, or means I'm a whore or something. I don't know, but I gotta tell you, you just do you. Next time, say I've got 2 dicks in there. I don't know. Bag of dicks? Maybe that'll really get me going. Oh, maybe your audience will think I'm like an extra whore. My goodness. Oh, and welfare, Brooks? Excuse me, the fuck did you just say? Yeah, I'm on none of that, homie. Wait for you guys, this is what's coming.
Zero education. She's not going to work for nothing. You want to starve her? Put her food stamps under a toolbox.
Bitch, I've been being out here, like, and I don't get those, Brooks. I'm glad you know all about them, but no. Nope, sorry, Brooks. Try again. Welfare? Nope. Oh yeah, I totally see like a free apartment. Just card man. Oh, wait, you tell me how the birdies, you and Don B and everybody else carrying yellow when you follow me, it goes to all your peoples and the universe and everybody else saying, been like, whoa, look, we're seeing the car coming out, seeing y'all picture or something. That's weird, ain't it? I mean, I know y'all tried all the things, so you're just stupid. I ain't little getting no such thing. And no help. Not even fucking child support for Monster. Do carry on, though, Brooks.
Put her food stamps under some work boots.
Can somebody tell me what Brooks does for a fucking living, supposedly? Because she got fired from that whole other job for doing something real bad at it. As I recall. And, anyway, anybody tell me what she does? Because, damn, she has a scheduled live stream every day. 2 times a day. Whatever Brooks wants to do, she schedules these babies and when to care. Or when to be thinking about something, working through something, kind of like, don't she? She just schedules the time to give a damn. Daily. Like it's a job. Based on whichever hashtag child or woman's name she can put in there and be an ignorant fucking bitch over it and make money on other people's names, destruction, tampering with, and being the bitch everybody's sent to get paid when they insert into a case. And real lives. And then start destroying them, right, Brooks? You gonna talk about it? I can bring up what Big Eyes recordings from way back in the past. And receipts. I don't know where she supposedly. Oh, wait. Jason put a stamp on it. But the writer in the background says different, so I don't know. Similar flavors and shit. Anyway, I don't know, Brooks. Seems like something's paying your ass, and it is not a tool. Well, if you think it is. It's not A real job, Brooks. It looks to be other people's name and destruction and a well-organized criminal group functioning across several social media platforms deep like you and all these others have been connected and doing for years. Wouldn't it, Brooks? That count as a real job? Destroying people's real lives, inserting, hunting, telling lies about them, slandering, libeling, harassing, being part of a targeted effort to do so? That a job? Is that hidden under the toolbox, Brooks? I have questions. Is that called the tragedy stamps card? Hobag? Oh wait, that's right. Greg will pull you way back. I don't even know. Listen.
Stamps under some
This is Brooks's impression of my disabled voice with my real cancers and scars, all that. This is Brooks's impression of my voice. It's better than her. Is that what dog noises? Still sad. I hate that she wasn't more drunk when she did this, or it may have been a better. Oh, yeah. Carrying on. Let's see.
She's not educated on shit.
I don't know, Brooks. Which sounds more educated? The bitch who sits on her live stream playing PG while Ernie's in chat doing noises like a drunko and a drunko with a criminal record longer than mine, homie, and then making fun of a cancer patient with a disability. I'd say that makes you both emotionally and mentally, and that you have the want to do such things for an income source and destroying other people with bullshit like this says something about your heart and soul that you don't really have either, and that this is what you do for a living, honey. And it must pay the most, because you definitely aren't out there with a toolbox and boots every day. More than you are on a live stream with some child or woman's name hashtagged in it, doing stupid shit like making fun of cancer patients' disabilities and their voices, and your bad yappy dog noises. I don't know, buddy. Who sounds smarter? Check with the cancer voice. You can use full words and not till you have a dick in your mouth. Then make fun of. I don't know, man. You sound real intelligent. I mean, and with all the shit you have wrong in just this live stream and who you're working with, and this one speaks volumes about how real smart you are out in public and in the realm of might one day be charged for or held civilly liable for. Any of these cases, or maybe all of these that you've worked through, and I don't know, been the one to come to for payment first, weirdly enough. And it's weird which ones they select out of each case to send to you, isn't it, Brooks? What's up with that? And then who sent the others to you after Dawn? Who was that again? Sent the other particular information on shit to you first, honey? Huh. That's strange. I guess it's probably y'all's reams of data. Anyway, carrying on.
And then U.S. Libertarian said she got it.
She ain't done yet. She's gonna do some more impressions of a disabled cancer patient. It's fantastic.
Sister?
Super emotionally intellectual and super
Woo! You gonna clean that one up? Damn.
Oh, somebody said she got a sister. I don't know.
USA Libertarian. Woo! 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 And I bet
Wow. All I can hear in my head was like Mike Myers in that movie that I fucking despise. I really don't like much of his stuff. But that one is like, do I make you horny, baby? You know? This bitch really gets off on the terrorization of others. And just to here, it's like, no. Whenever she can harm or hurt other people, or she thinks she's dragging them real good, doing her, you can tell she's having bigger orgasms over it and the money flow than she does Greg. And, well, probably everything but a case of beer. And
she's sweating bullets right now. Because if you're able-bodied, you don't get no free ride around here anymore.
Oh dear, she's went to the Trump territory of propaganda because that sells y'all a lot here. You know what's funny? You know how many of these creators in the background I had when they were first trying to acquire us and thinking they were going to leash some of us? Gonna be our besties are like, man, I hate fucking Trump. Fuck it, all these people are stupid. Do you know how many I have saying that? But then watching them out in front of you all every night be like, oh, Trump this, Trump that. You know why? Because they know you fit a certain demographic. And therefore that'll sell better if you think they support. Like, most of them are like, yeah, we're not religious either. But then by God on here, they're all like, Jesus and da-da-da and amen and love the Lord. Pray for him. We need prayers for him. It's funny, ain't it? But you know how many in the background laugh and giggle at you all? And do this on purpose to sell it to you and themselves while they hide, while they're criminals, while they use it to fuck you up. As far as watchers and, donators, whatever else, Almost every damn one of them. Just like, do you know how many of these creators I've seen put shit together early and know that certain people are interested and could not possibly have anything to do with? But then come out here when it's time or they're being paid or they're being asked to target and they do the opposite while behind the scenes they know what they're doing is wrong and it's clearly worded and bold as goddamn day or recordings sent on to them saying exactly that or even some of them out here admitting to the world that yeah they were sent to target, do this, do that, whatever. People still keep watching, just like Benny. How many times that dude tell you he was sitting here bullshit and to mix up and to fuck up and fuck around in Summer's case? He told you boldly and loudly and nobody listened. They just kept watching anyway. Thing is, here locally, he was definitely bro-dogging it with a few super locals to help formulate the big bad narrative. But the problem with that is it's actually connected to the real extreme dope shit that then found its way twizzled into. Whether it's part of it or not, I can't say. And why all of it's being done, what it's all hiding. It's up to better than I, but I don't know. Benny and more than a few of these motherfuckers and some locals been playing, And they just Benny, it's all these creators and the people they pulled for, and that's why you see a lot of that here. And it helps that narrative and the bullshit storyline of big bad, blah, blah, blah. That PG and Squaller's built. So, y'all just carry on with all these motherfuckers, I guess, if you're entertained. I'm not in the least bit entertained. I'm infuriated still, this many years later by it.
You better figure out somewhere to volunteer. Or go to work. And Jody Sue has all day and all night to be a productive member of society. Auntie Sherry.
Well, I suggest, homie, you stop using all of our names in your titles and quit making money off of it. You know, that ain't a real job. That's you being a real horrible human being. Making money off of hunting and starting being part of a well-organized criminal empire across many social media platforms. Harming real people with real lies, real narratives, real bullshit. And I know you enjoy it because obviously little orgasms and stuff and how low you're on to go, but I would suggest maybe, like, I'll once again pose the question. About you, homie. About you. Because, yeah, truly am disabled for starters. Secondly, here's the fucking sitch, right? You're over here making money on money. Summer's name as well. Because, you know, you'll hashtag it no matter what you're actually talking about or who you're targeting or fucking with at a certain cycle. Has nothing to do with, you know, you're monetized. You're taking in funds. And this, I shit you not, Brooks is all pissed off about the same post the rest of her. Weird, ain't it? Oh no, it's almost like they're trying to. It's just strange. So, either you're doing this, like, I don't know, buddy. It seems like you're destroying cases and other human beings as a job and on schedule every day. On schedule, just like clocking in, ain't it, Brooks? So why you feel so entitled to do that? Is it a job for you, or is it better than having to go get a toolbox, Brooks? Or having to be away from, or, you know, a lowered BAC every day? Just asking. Can't function. It's too much.
That I have a hearing deficit. I cannot possibly understand her. Huh. Well, there's nothing to say anyway. And I heard I gotta put something in my mouth. Hang on. I'll do it like this. I'll put pen in my mouth. I heard a scream. It was a muffled scream. My son said it was animalistic. Mush mouth.
F garbage in that creek.
And you know, that does fall into the bounds of you are actually attacking some. It falls in certain protective criteria by federal law. Brooks. And you know it. And you're fully aware of the disability. And you're stupid enough to sit there with a pen in your mouth. You put a pen in your mouth, girl. A pen. Now, I don't know how you fit that in there. Which direction it was angled at. You put a pen in your mouth just to make fun of another human being with cancer and a speech disability. Who sounds like the dumb bitch now? The desperate bitch who'd put anything in her mouth for a buck. And who the fuck knows if your nails are glittery or anything, or color eyeshadow you're wearing, because you rarely, if ever, come out behind an avatar, you know. Hey, the trip to CrimeCon, did y'all write that off on taxes as a business expense? And that's one of the pictures you're at. Trying to weasel it. Sure you did. Was there work equipment write-offs involved?
Yep. So let me get this straight. You're telling me I don't have to spend countless hours consolidating our company's financial data anymore? It's
You know, and I mean, of course,
meth
Jody,
needles in that creek.
I know, and Jody Sue, of course, she says,
I've been
"Oh,
in
I'm
that
not
creek
talking."
before.
Yeah, she says it's not. I'm not talking about the Wells side. I'm talking about my side. Man, there ain't nothing down there like that.
Right.
I went looking for it.
She's
It's
so full
not
of
there.
shit.
Yeah, exactly. And what I'm saying is I think that, it should be brought to TBI's attention. It should be brought to the FBI's attention that this needs to be
Oh yeah, much like every fucking hoax. PG, the Wells, Benny, you motherfuckers, goddamn teams and that motherfuckers, and people using YouTube as a tool perpetrated upon my family, myself, etc. All started with the crap of and Candace damn well sitting on these motherfucking bills, knowing damn well she knew better than what she was doing was lying. You all were helping it, so was everybody else. Not one played you as fools as y'all helped target, terrorize, waste agents' time, Ellie's time, and everybody else's motherfucking time, especially Summers. Yeah, good old days on YouTube, right? When it was one after the other after the other. Good times. Oh, look, Summer's body is found on 125 on a pond that don't exist. Oh, look, Andy's living in the camper with and Summer's body. And oh, look, Purse followed. We done it where were you standing? And boy, when you get down to that. Oh, I don't know, many moons later, people want to be like, saying some certain shit, and it's like, no, no. 2 plus 2 equals probably, if it's a lie, they told it. So, anyway, yeah. Anyway, just all the fucking hoaxes and bullshit. All the shit pulled, especially when certain ones of us are on panels or in front of the world. People could, like, what? Read our body language and responses to when this came or that came or Knox came or whatever. Our faces held on them as shit went down on here. We were notified of it while on other panels. Oh my gosh. Yeah. They never. Right? Somebody's always tried real hard to use this place as a tool bag. I think those include those with the most fear and those who are entirely fucking stupid. And a lot of those most likely to be guilty, and a whole lot of guilty tragedy pimp criminals trying not to get caught or anyone to be believed about what they're doing and how they're doing it, despite all the others screaming about it. From cases from years before Summers, those overlapping, and those continuing for to keep calling them out, including feds, law enforcement, families, you name it. Other witnesses in every case. The ones they also just point at that are nothing and nothing, that they destroy too and community, it's real shit.
investigate it.
From the beginning.
Amen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And man, I don't know how many times I'd make this clear. But these are feds you're fucking with. And I'm pretty sure they know that if they want anything else, we're all here. Well, some of them anyway. And that shit like this, right? They know the truth of it. And they know more than, well, I mean, my speculation is like, A, you got dumb bitch on the right. See, the problem is that that's a team of weavers I mean, I'm not talking about PG or script writing and covering up for being either blocking and bashing with Mullins or anything. I'm talking about a whole bunch of motherfuckers working with several motherfuckers, whether guilty or not, who love learning all the things they and their teams so that they can formulate new dipshit ideas and theories because they suck at everything. And then they can put them out online and use those to see what shakes. And then they can target people. And of course, those most likely to be responsible are those most afraid. Oh, they learning. They learning all the time, and they love learning new things or being able to elicit or get more info. That way, they can weave or get around or acquire shit they need not have. So they can try to fool LE or otherwise and create more chaos, mudgel, or tamper with or destroy in some way so that it can't be counted. I do love that shit. Some of us ain't stupid, ain't ever been, and by day 3 you could tell shit was gonna go sideways. This place just helped compound the fuck out of it. Enhance, right? Petri dish that shit with a magnifier on it. That's fucking tragic. Anyway, so
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't remember where we were at a minute ago, but I veered off somewhere in the squirrel driveway. And I am very well aware that my one eye looks quite funny. I guess that's more me faking, but I am well aware. And I'm sure some of y'all know some of the issues over the last few months. But I am well aware the one eye looks rather funny right now. We're hoping that's not permanent. But yeah, looking at myself here, it's a little more noticeable than I hoped. So I know somebody's gonna say some shit, and I'm going to explain it. I'm not explaining it. Just tried to walk it off a little too long, I guess. We hope it walks itself back where it's supposed to be. Or not fully permanent. Anyway, carry on.
From the beginning.
I agree.
They don't want to talk to her ass. Auntie Sherry said I can't even read her lips. She doesn't enunciate. Well, how can she? She's always got a cigarette hanging out of her mouth. One after another, after another, after another, after another. She probably smokes 3 packs a day. Come on.
And that's any of your business, why? Y'all do all kinds of shit in the background. You drink beers. I smoke cigarettes. I eat my lovely ice. Like, your buddy PG over there, Brooks, every night you can hear her lighting up one cigarette after the other and popping tops on beer cans while she talks about Lord and Sabbath or whatever. Sabbath? However it is she pronounces it. When's the last time you talked about PG stupidity? Brooks? You can't understand shit that bitch is saying half the time. She is the most ignorant sounding motherfucker on this platform, but yet you're continually playing her pieces. When's the last time you drug her for cigarettes? Behind her hidden little face there, but you can hear them being lit. Her pot brownies. I mean, here, tell Benny found her looking for change in her couch for more opioids and cigs, bro. I don't hear you dragging your buddy, Brooks. Sticking pins in your mouth. Or telling her to put her got. I don't hear you doing any of that, Brooks. Ain't that strange? It's almost like you're picking and choosing who to target, even though we all know Ernie and PG are the most notorious goddamn liars on here in propaganda, especially pushing, It's weird how you picking and choosing who to shove pins in your mouth for you, Brooks. Either way, I don't even know. Let's carry on.
And then she would,
Oh, cigarettes. Yeah. I'll stick 8 in there if I feel like it. I can double fist. Maybe. I don't know. Never did, but I can try. But no, I don't smoke 3 packs a day. I might, though, just to piss you off. Make you mention it some more. See if somehow that makes me a bad person and deserving to be destroyed or targeted or annihilated with lies, slander, harassment, da-da-da, Brooks. Have you thought about destroying your buddy PG, who's absolutely lying about all of us too, who you can't understand shit from, who's over there on drugs, smoking her cigs, and alcohol? Or you just pick and choose on who to bash for cash? I don't know. Benny smoke, Candace smoke. It's weird, ain't it? There's 3 people, all clearly on drugs, on PG's panel, including PG. Brooks is playing the piece, but yet she's shitting on me for smoking, but all 3 of those smoke cigarettes. Hell, doesn't Brooks herself smoke? It's about like Tiffany Marie doing that shit. She smoked several things. But what'd you always hear from her? It's weird, right? You got PG over with her imaginary children hiring damn it, house and drinking every night, smoking cigarettes. Candace Chloe did that. Benny did it with his little one in the garage. And otherwise, all kinds of substances around their kids, smoking cigs, alcohol. When you ever call your buddy out there, PG, like you do Candace, for drinking, drugging it up for their when you do that? I'm just so sick of all y'all. And people buying your bullshit.
And I'll just say, fucking people gonna go missing around here.
goodness.
Goodness. Is that meant to, like, balance out so the other cul-de-sac or those with low IQs, think if you say goodness, it'll just balance out the rest of your what? And you bash for cash, doing it on a scheduled routine like a job every day while you destroy other people's lives based on your bullshit. Huh. I guess it works, huh? Unlike you with the scheduled lifetimes. Oh, wait,
She's just all pissed off because Doug from No Thinks Investigates raised all that money
Oh, it gets better. This right here, forgot she did this.
for her to get a tiny house, and he kept the.
No, Brooks, you're lying again, and there's been proof in receipts put out. Matter of fact, they're in my video section. Shows the date on certain things. They were here. That was here before we were ever public. The receipts have been shown. The proof's been shown. Nobody on this platform paid for that. Alright? You lying again, and you know you're lying. Now, Doug was one of the last tragedy pimps I had to collect. I knew he'd do exactly what he did, because the rest of you didn't fail to fucking do similar or worse. But anyway, Doug did exactly as I and others predicted in the background. And Doug played a sleight of hand show. I've got all of it downloaded here. I've got the receipts on it too. So what Doug did was he sent over less than a couple $100 and to what was supposed to be a platform and stuff for said thing. And he sent over that, but never the rest. He kept that shit running for days. So who knows what the fuck he got. He did sleight of hand bullshit with, no, Bima, no this, no set up that, oh, candles this, whatever that. And then when I busted his ass out for it after testing him for several days, I was like, oh no, right? And then Ziggy had herself mixed up in that mess. Oh, she sure did. Playing with the group. And because it was such a nuanced little dance going between them at the time, and I kind of knew where they fit, sort of figured out the whole Doug, Griff, Ziggy thing there, and then all the stuff here was coming into play, all the things, right? I had to dance in a certain way, but Doug did not cease to amaze. Doug did indeed make off with I don't know how much of your all's money. That was indeed, I guess, intended to come to us, but did not. And then Doug straight threatened me and blackmailed me and shit in the background. Attempted to, and I was like, no, fuck you. Still got a receipt, you want, Brooks? And like I said, proof of that being here before wherever public is in my vid section and community posts from way back. So yeah, Brooks is on again for a narrative. All because I made one little post with my cash app on it. Oh, she went wild. Telling you I'll be like, starve her out. Oh my god.
She didn't get shit. Which is wrong to do. But she's mad about it.
Okay, so it's wrong for Doug to have done any of that, but she's mad about it. Dear, I wasn't mad about it then. When it happened, I was kind of laughing and applauding oneself for doing the dance correctly. Because Doug wasn't even one of the last ones and he doing fuck shit like that. But I had to be very cautious at the time between him and Zig and what Zig was trying to do that I've not outed yet, all things. Because that shit gets real dark and deep. And I had to stick it in with Doug for a few more days, and do basically a similar dance to the penny chase bullshit and way back for certain blackmail names, all that shit, right? Figuring out what the fuck they were not. And that's exactly what it, and Doug was the last one needed. And Doug did not feel the surprise. Hell, he was pretty damn blatant about it. I think everybody knew what happened at that, right? But then Doug got on here and threatened me, and well, openly with Monster, and then in the background, on Messenger and otherwise, threatened and blackmailed me and shit. I was like, fuck you, dude. So, anyway, no. I was mad about it, no. Just the fact that it's no tragedy pimp doing tragedy pimp shit. I mean, you know all about that, Brooks. Miss Payment Queen. Centerpiece. When AB has to get under control by outing your busted ass can of drunk biscuits. With all your own criminal issues there, honey. And to get you back in line when you do things with Ernie and shit you're not really supposed to, and things go down, and cows happen, and Ernie that, and all the... I don't know, buddy. Depends, right? Either way, it's weird. That's her thing. Well, Doug did whatever and robbed a bunch of money, but she's mad about it. Like, And then on top of that, it's a narrative saying that was. And then here's where I'm gonna pull out some intellect on you, Brooks. If this place bought that, how did it buy it? If all the creators were robbing all that money and siphoning shit back, are like your buddies Scott H and P, whatever that weird bitch doing the PO box with Candace, script right. What about Penny and Scott and Tim and the rest of your crew there, and the Camille's and everybody that were doing all the weird fuck shit with emails siphoning up who knows how much, despite our wishes and us saying no. No, 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 no. How about all them, Brooks? Where do you get that money that people think you have to pay people when they're sent to you, Brooks? Do you make enough at your legit job to be handing out cash like that? But anyway, I want to know, how was anything bought if none of the money actually made it and it was wrong what Doug did? But, Jeopardy themed plays. Let's think about how intellectual Brooks really is. Uh-oh. And see, since we showed all the receipts in the beginning, and still do, I want to know when nothing was coming in like that and such. Like, are you people stupid? You buy anything just because your favorite creator says it, because they say the right mean girl thing or something. What is up with that? Either way, y'all make Brooks's sexual intellectual make sense there. If Doug and the others robbed it all, then how in the fuck did it buy anything? Combine that with the video over showing the real date on when shit was placed here before we were even public. Well, Brooks be lying, y'all, but she agrees what Doug did was wrong. She also doesn't want y'all to realize that that was what Doug and them were doing was never to buy that. Because, gosh, it'd be awful if y'all went back and searched for all those things and they poofed them into non-existence so that their lives couldn't follow them around. Narratives to target and harass other people. You know, destroy lives, reputations, slander, etc. Be terrible. They hope you're stupid. They bank on it. Including sexual intellectual over here who just ruined their own fucking theme if you think about it real hard. Wait a minute. How's anything bought if nothing ever got there? Well, what Doug did, Robin was wrong, but she mad about it. No, I ain't. And I giggled and laughed when Doug was like, ha ha, I got another one. And then Doug continued on to be stupid enough to come in and threaten me and then blackmail me and then jerk off on some weird I'm competing with McDonough and Josh and McDonough's picking Josh over me meltdown. And then he told me explicitly that if I said one word, he would go around saying that he gave us tens of thousands, whatever, and, you know, when people believed. And gosh, don't y'all just help that, Brooks. I wonder why and for whom, Brooks. For whom does the cash act? For what investment aims or targeting ones or inept ones does it hold? Damn, y'all really up in your feels about a damn post. How much money did you make on this stream dragging my ass, Brooks? While you hashtag summer. As a scheduled daily income. Almost like a job. destroying other people's real lives and reputations. So you can buy what? A case of beer? Feel special? Not like a busted can of biscuits. Being average and normal and just another fucked up human being on this planet. But somehow fame, whatever your needful thing is there, Brooks. Fame? Social media clout? I don't know. You're weird, girl. Stick another pin in it.
Because let me mention this. This is one of the things that I have the biggest confliction with, ladies, is that when you listen to, there's two narratives, right? You've got the FBI narrative, and the FBI.
The FBI doesn't do narratives. And that's pretty telling in tragedy pimps. They know what a narrative is, y'all. Yeah, you got two narratives. You got all this shit. Well, you got more than that. You got Candace's narrative, PG's narrative, Benny's narratives, team sports, and dick shits, and then you have Brooks Plant later on, and Ernie in the chat, and run another narrative. It's like narrative deception or inception, whatever. Matrix, tragedy, pimp shit. I don't know. Not feeling all that brainy tonight.
It tells you that the dog followed the scent down the dog trail, and then it stopped at the road. But then,
Yeah, but did it though? And is that what they said? Because I felt like Lawson said end of the driveway, or he said where pavement meets. I don't know. He said a couple different things about everything. Hard to keep up some days. I know he said that the dog trail led nowhere. He said that of the screen too. He also said unfounded. I don't know. They said all kinds of things. They said nothing's off the table, all things possibilities. Then another clips that weren't played all in one, Then they'd say other things, and y'all just take whatever and you build whatever narrative you want. I don't know. Difference is they use tools in a different way than you motherfuckers are tools. In the bad way. So anyway. I'll never fault Ellie for use of tools their way, but you motherfuckers and your fucking tool bags and bullshit over here, boy. Woo! Woo! No. Fuck all y'all in your module bullshit, pretend imaginary Moselle careers and shit. Y'all just make up a bunch of asses. Weirdos. And all the dumbasses on the ground who want to use you to try to do whatever. Because they're stupid and they don't hold a fucking candle to the feds in LA. Anyway, whatever. According to the scriptwriter and the basher, whatever, over here, the feds have a narrative.
the county and the state narrative, which is that there's the very real possibility. I mean, that's their words exactly. The very real.
Wait,
She probably smokes
I'm gonna go back a second.
3 packs a day. Come on. And then she would,
Jack Dubs.
And is that Auntie Sherry on the screen at Brooks's, the paid member here? Is that the Auntie Sherry of the Cow Clan that falls off the bed because she's so nighty-nighted up with old people, opioids and shit, and I had a stick of butter to get through college once, and that they turn the fucking volume all the way down, even her own damn family, and she falls off the bed? That Auntie Sherry? Surely fucking. The one who played with Brooks and Ernie last time to do another cycle when AB Man, no, not again. Not another. Oh, no, that better not be that Auntie Sherry.
And I just
The one who was like, Rose is wearing Rose, and Candace Dunn are guilty until Candace Dunn can date. No. No.
I'll just say fucking people gonna go missing around here.
Goodness. She's just all pissed off because Doug from No Thinks Investigates raised all that money for her to get a tiny house, and he kept the money. She didn't get shit, which is wrong to do, but she's mad about it.
Because let me mention this. This is one of the things that I have the biggest conflict.
You just can't make it make good common sense. Think about it real hard. And how stupid Brooks is to just say that. Well, what Doug did was wrong. She knows Claire's receipts. None of that's true. Make no mistake. She knows exactly what she's saying is not true. But then to go, well, he did do that. He did rob everything and everyone around this community, and that's wrong. But she's mad about it, and that would be a problem. I cannot believe they flood this shit by people and it works.
With ladies, is that when you listen to, there's two narratives, right?
And this actually is playing these other two when you can't understand shit of. And this other one who just goes, there's two narratives. Wait for it.
You've got the FBI narrative, and the FBI narrative tells you that the dog followed the scent down the dog trail and then it stopped at the road. But then you have the county and the state narrative, which is that there's the very real possibility. I mean, that's their words exactly. The very real possibility that she wandered away.
Well, county and state are two separate entities. That's three. Benny, and did you leave out the Fed? Before, and those don't do narratives. Holy shit! It's almost like they don't care on math lines and shit. As long as it lines up for them as they destroy the bill, and they hope y'all just don't pay enough attention. And think because sometimes they pull out word of the day calendar shit or do yip yap doggy noises or shove a pin in their face holes to make fun of disabled cancer patients. To make their money, they just hope y'all don't notice.
So you have two different agencies saying two completely different things. So what really is it, right? So if it's somewhere in the middle, what is it? But I'll tell you what, neither the Fed nor the state or county narrative places Don and Candace as an offender.
The narrative is easy. Josh Melton from the TBI, he's the new agent assigned, said there is no evidence, none, that Summer wandered off on her own accord.
Is that what Josh Melton said, though, Brooks? Is it? Let's go have a look-see. Actually, let's listen to the rest of your bullshit.
He said, and he might have piggybacked off of the FBI card unit, there is no evidence that she, Summer Wells, was abducted from her home.
I said there no evidence this time, except doesn't mean she wasn't. But anyway, and why are you saying he piggybacked off it? I don't care. And I'm not saying that I've never I'll go with law enforcement. For me, I always keep all possibilities in mind. And such. I do, however, think, but whatever occurred is some form or variety of controlled foul play. That's what my gut, even in those first moments that day, had I not discounted or dismissed that too, something's just wrong, off, not right. I think that's what it's always screamed. Something is wrong here. And at some level, I firmly believe it is controlled foul play. You all take that to mean as you like, twist it, narrate it. But beyond that, I'll always stick with, well, all possibilities are possible until Ellie says otherwise. You know? Either way. Let's see. Oh, I have that up. I don't know if I can see it.
When it came time to take things to the next level, I knew that I had to make a website, and Wix was perfect for that.
Away from our home and became lost.
This is just the first one. It's the 4-minute, 38-second one because this is longer piece. And there were many releases throughout the day, some of which were only 2 media outlets and not necessarily online, from my understanding. So, anyway, this one's on the TBI Media website itself, or YouTube channel. Anyway, here.
We don't have the evidence in this case to know for sure whether or not Summer was abducted or whether or not she walked away from her home and became lost. It's really important to us to not focus all of our efforts on just one of those two. We think that the only way we'll be successful in finding Summer is to continue to walk down both of those investigative paths to ensure that we don't become focused on one area alone and miss something that's crucially important. I would say this case has not gone cold. A cold case is typically framed up as a case where there are no tips or leads that are coming in and there are no investigative efforts that are happening because there is no place to travel with the investigation. I would say in this case, thanks to the public, we've continued to have tips and leads that have come in that agents have been able to follow up on continuously. And the agents have worked tirelessly when tips and leads weren't coming in to try to find ways to investigate when typically people would lay down their effort. It has been a great partnership between the community and law enforcement to not let this case sit and go sterile. We continue to focus on ground search efforts. We continue to focus on interviews of those who may have information about vehicles that have traveled through the area or technology that could have been used that may give us an investigative lead. All stones are being turned over. There's not one thing that's being done. We've been extremely creative as we've investigated this case and continue to try to find ways to turn over rocks that we didn't even know that were there to turn over. Children are our top priority at TBI. They are the most vulnerable population that we have. They're our most precious things in our world. TBI has always placed an emphasis on missing children, and we've done that through multiple programs that are established here. We look for children when most people aren't. And this case is one that we've just not been able to overcome, and it's troubling. Many people have speculated what they think has happened in this case. The difficult part of speculation is that if we as investigators speculate, and focus our efforts in one direction, we're making a huge mistake. We have to make sure that we're being completely comprehensive as we investigate. And being focused in one direction is a tragedy for investigation. So until we find evidence that points us in a direction that we know is the right direction, we'll continue to be comprehensive. We'll continue to explore every option that can be out there, and we would continue to ask for the public's help in doing so.
Huh. Strange books. Strange.
Typically, we have a couple of agents assigned to an investigation, and that's been enough. We've had over 6,500 leads.
So they may not have evidence, but they're still looking for it so that they know which way to go. Or whatever it is they need. And first, this was what? About the two, wildly enough, like Benny said, but then he said more. So, anyway, I don't know. But then again, what resides in the middle of those two possibilities? And is it a forest tree thing? I often wonder that. Is it a thing unseen in between those two? Though I don't care what anybody says. Is it an unfinished sentence when it said whether she wandered off? Okay. But then what? Yeah, I don't know. Either way, looks like Brooks be formulating a narrative again.
Some leads come in on this case. Those have all been reviewed. They've been worked. We continue to get those. And it is a monstrous task, but it's one that's not overwhelmed us. We have been strategic in the way that we've handled this investigation. We have some of our most talented agents assigned to this case, some of our most talented intelligence analysts from the Bureau assigned to this case. We have brought in subject matter experts within TBI from across the state to assist in this investigation. We have thrown everything that we know to throw at this case, and we haven't had the answers that we need yet. We know we'll get them, but we don't have them today. When I see the picture of Summer Wells, I see my daughter. And I can tell you that if my daughter was missing, I would sure hope that somebody was looking for her every day. And it brings me concern and satisfaction, really, the concern that we don't have the answers, the satisfaction of knowing that we have the best agents at TBI that are working on this case in connection with other local law enforcement and federal agencies who are doing their best. And if my daughter was missing, all of the people that are working on this case are the people who I would choose to work on a case if my daughter was missing.
The fitness industry.
Anyway, looks like Brooks is over formulating a narrative, like they've all done for years, based on whichever clip or however they want to twist on it. Or whichever piece played on the news at whatever time. But they never bothered to put together for y'all over here in order till you hear all of it. It's almost like that. Years of it. It's almost like that. Oh, I know what I need to do. Just go back to that thing. I don't want to. Swear inside of the recommended search options, it's crimes, lies, and lies. Oh, dear God. That's funny. Okay, here we go. Lines of what exactly? Alright.
Things still on the table. If more evidence comes out, then what they will do is,
Their job and go with whatever evidence.
rethink it. Ronnie Lawson, like him or hate him, he was very clear. Everyone is a person of interest until we find out what happened to.
He also said suspect. But who's everyone? Who is everyone? I believe the man said everyone involved in this case. At least one clip, right? Did he tell you what case and what was involved in that in order for you to be like, oh, those are the POIs with suspects? Closest y'all ever got was Ansley on News Nation or one of them going, for some reason, after polygraphs, Candace and Dawn. Church members that were close to Summer. The senior outward, maybe even on to other family members and neighbors. Well, which church members? At what churches? And what neighbors, you see? But then why are C and D still sitting on top of it, and even after polygraphs? But it's weird. Brooks just be spending her time fuck with me again. And not everybody else in the whole live stream. Like, no, just me. I think she might have mentioned Fred as a cursory thing at first. I don't really recall. It's about like every live stream you see around here. They might mention one or two of the others here. In like a glancing blow type way. Or to drive views over somebody else. But I don't know.
Jose said one time Summer had been missing for over an hour, and they found her.
Yeah, I don't know about old Jose there. Somebody should probably ask Fred why there was two Jose's. Then also, somebody should probably go back and revisit how Jenny and Adrian of Cromwell and Gabble respectively acquired him. And talked to him for a long time before. And then he got sent to McDonough and everybody else and the Justins to do all things, much like Trevor Lee did a lot of the other cases here too, including Summers. But yeah, about like that. When Trevor did it with Layla Hollins and Sebastian's just fully outright before he checked the fuck out, right, Brooks? And not long after he came over on your panel and shit on me and turned rabid too and was like, oh, I'm checking out. I'm going to go be high in politics or my needful thing and whatever. And he wanted entirely out of this realm, you know. But then he got brought back in to do a little bit extra and still try to look legit. Anyway, I think I'll pass on anybody to talk to about Jenny, Adrian, and the rest of this crew and adding more to their shit. Out the gates, like the Marlenas and the Freds, all that cheesing and weaseling for y'all and wearing leashes and collars and building shit and adding pharma. I think I'll pass on whatever the fuck they said, bro. At least most of it. Anyway, carrying on.
Well, to find her,
Also avoid any bullshit we're chasing and put the stamp on it.
I'm assuming you weren't going through Wells Manor. I'm assuming you went out in the woods. But the day that Summer Wells went missing, Candace would not go into the woods because she said she's scared.
They don't even really have woods, man. Not that I'd term or coin that anyway. I mean, just in the space between them and the next property, it just don't work. That's not what I'd ever call woods. Y'all go on ahead. We kept for all these years. But anyway, that bitch never got her ass up at the car. So I guess whatever, but everybody else in the neighborhood community was looking for Summer though. And then they make sure we're all targeted and stuff for helping look for their daughter. Well, they didn't get their asses up at the car.
Bears and the snakes and the coyotes.
I have a playlist about a little girl named Athena Brownfield.
Yeah, I think we're all done with Brooks. She probably sticks more pins in her mouth here shortly. I don't hear. Anyway, there is this whole. And speaking of coyotes, man, I'll tell you what. Last not before. Oh, I hear footsteps. Alright. Anyway, let's see here. And I'm gonna have to get off here in a minute. But I think I'm still gonna buff for the other one with this one. Really don't want to. Yeah, I think I'll pass actually for the night. It's too much. It's all them talking about all the connections and how those connections are really whatever. Not with Zig Pig who's making them between the Karen thing and whatever the hell that shit is. Other than I don't know. Narrative driving, horse shit, chaos mud, whatever. But they're talking about how. Oh, I know what it was. It was Zig Pig squilling that it was really Karen that was running all the big bads and connected with all the and then six cunt arguing the opposite Karen's or whatever. Anyway, I know when I heard the clippy bit and was able to, it was like, I'm just gonna tell you, last night even, I was running an errand or two, and the last things of the night, and I happened, well, sort of, because I think I ended up, even, yeah, in the middle of the storm and the power went out over here. So anyway, but a little earlier than that, so I was out somewhere, I noticed, and watched, I don't know, a recent person very much connected to Laura and Fred, and has been for eons, and was definitely who Laura was and around with, right after Marlene and Fred started doing fuck shit that led to a planted thing. It has to do with a bunch of people like Trent and Jones and others that are also mixed into the Cotton name by others who have been over here online playing probably since Boswell. All that's going to be mixed in with the Jenny Adrian Prayer Garden Ryan festivities of the box there too. But a plant happened at a certain point, and with all the video and all the compiling, I mean, it's pretty well who's involved where and who's attached to, but there's a certain planted thing that is indeed very closely related to the real Jimmy Long. And anyway, so another thing that is very whatever Fred and Lauren has been for years has appeared quite recently close to these dates for some reason around certain planted things, and since certain shit lit off a few days back around the time this same thing was talking about what appeared to be summer tied up somewhere. They've been running around a bit everywhere, but last night I and others watched them. We happened to be in somewhere, a public setting, and this old meth head thing, well, whatever. It was this chick, and she's with this dude, and they're acting awful strange. She's known to get up to some activities locally. Was with that other feller inside this public area. And then, by the time I and others finished doing what we were doing, old girl just walks out this public area by herself, gets in the vehicle with Fred and Laura's buddy that was recently sounded to me like, and others, talking about summer being tied up, and that is absolutely revolving around a planted thing that does have real connections to Jimmy and others. And Grassy for sure. Um, Trent, Jones, the whole lineup really. And those around certain things to do with other, situations here and cases. And then also, weirdly enough, I don't know, all these things keep revolving back to Fred and weird shit and this there, right? Including the camera spotters dropped off and one of the three gold bands, the blue, I'm sure all these other things, but then, um, him up, I just, mm, times, dates, things, and what he and these tragedy pimps and others have done. And, it probably wouldn't be that much of a concern because you can kind of link anybody to anybody. But when I have the video and the proof of the names dropped by each one mentioned and who sent who where and who planted it and who did this and that and the other throughout this time period, well, it sort of fucks everybody sideways. And you don't need to figure it out or be like, oh, let me guess. And then you have dumbass and dumbass up here playing places and all things going down at once as things reign supreme. But anyway, fuck it all. I'm just saying, as I can see it right now, it still looks like old Freddy and things attached to it. It looks like most of these characters that he and Zig are trying to have are still firmly attached to him and doing fuck shit at or around Will. And it probably wouldn't bother me so much. I just think, well, Fred and more T. bullshit if it hadn't been for the origins and what he's done online. But the origin point, when Fred's one of the first to pump out all the big ass narratives that you've seen here online, Mud, Chaos, he was even trying this on all of us inside that road. And the hey bro fist bumping routine that was happening between him and other parties inside a video probably wouldn't be that much of a concern. Or what the fuck's really going on here, But yeah, and then the other day, like one of the things linked back to this is apparently another murder people are accused of or thought to be part of that are over here and have the liabilities too and targeting all of us that they were actually part of or around a murder thing that Jason and a female committed. And I just, considering all their roles and all this shit for all these years, I mean all of them, and the weird shit, I just don't know what to think. Some days I figure it's up to big or not figured out, and that'd be alien feds, but you're gonna keep me from compiling in between. So anyway, as far as I can tell, which I mean, a great deal of these characters, I know they'll know Karen, I know they'll know, Julie, I know they'll know most, I mean, everybody, you can leapfrog like that. But when you, and by that I mean I, have video and audio of these people connecting one another and who's sent them where, and then the messages and times and dates to put it all together and how it's been done, and what's planted and what's around it, and when these things appear and show. And then even last night, you have one of those characters that very much is and around Laura and others still, and very much part of Fred's realm, being a weirdo who mentioned really scary, creepy shit the other day. And, weirdly enough, picking up a female from another guy and waiting. And, that one just leaving the dude entirely. But it was very odd. But those are friends of Fred's and Laura's. Which, I mean, I'm sure a lot know these same people, but it's different when you can tack them right back to Fred and all the fuckery, and when him and Marlene and others started dates on that shit. around the time Ziggy was all like busting herself out with her sexual intellectual shit. You know, that amazing moment when Ziggy happened to know magically where Fred had turned around at and come back here while proclaiming he wasn't. But I'd never said. And she said it was the exact turning spot she used while stalking us and doxing us online with her help video. You know. Not to be confused, the time she brought her preteen daughter by here to learn how to harass and scream at people in person and find that funny. Anyway, so, yeah. I'd say, at this point, Fred's above cap, but you really never know who's playing and what. A whole lot of everything down there's playing and a whole lot of everything else. And with a whole lot of YouTube tragedy ass pimps. I don't like it. No, sound like, but whatever. Pick where you is, whatever. So far as I can see, Fred's got more shaking and worry about, like, I don't know. Just still, Ellie does something by him and Ziggy and your old tragedy pimp game at the plant, moving, shaking, Marlena, shit connected, all that weird shit. The Trent and Jones shit connected with Cotton shit connected with, and how Ryan and Jenny and Adrian of the Chroma and Gavel crew and all that played together with PG and Head in the Box, but half of that was also Fred, others targeting or sort of doing whatever with certain names of people getting up for cases, all this stuff. I don't know, take it how you will. It's no wonder Ziggy's over the worst acting ever, pretending she's all, oh gosh, come here, Rebecca, come here. Come here, hurry, quick. But it's all the worst acting ever. And, if y'all really think that thing did whatever and wasn't paid to stay silent for that long, for a month or two, you're stupid. She did that before and then come back and did the same thing. I mean, bitch was paid to stay quiet for this length of time. And she knew it was coming too, hence her squirrel preparedness with the Dollar General shit. The reason she was doing it was not because she was broke, it's to make y'all pay for it, and to also get extra to save back for that as well. And, either way, also, what is up with Six Cunt trying to, like, medically diagnose people? Her whole platform could be taken away. She's just getting worse. She's bad as Crystal these days. Jesus Lord. So anyway, here's what I wanted to get to tonight. And then I'm out. If it registered over here. I don't know if it didn't. I can't remember. Hold on. Now, some of this you all may be able to hear, some of it not. It goes up and down in volume. Either way, it's new shit Ernie's phone call with, right? And I had not heard these, like this, in this fashion, until, I don't know, more than a few days ago now. I've been just circling. I don't think I've still listened to all of it because I just really don't have the stomach for it at a certain part. But I'm going to play a bit of this.
Now you're going to call me a dickhead after you said my heart was in it and it was good. Go look outside your door, Don. Yeah, going out there. Look up at the stars. Look up at the stars, Don. And I want you to do me a favor. I want you to say your name. Summer Wells. I want you to go outside. I want you to look out this door, and I want you to look up, and I want you to say her name. Summer Wells.
That's corny as fuck, by the way. It's pretty gross.
Go do it, Don. Why can't you do it, Don? Hey, Candace, was you on drugs when you was sitting there and that blood was trickling out your arm? Well, why was you on there for? I know, man, but how did you know about that, Don? How did you know about that? How did you know about that, Don? How did you know about that? Do you watch me, Don? Do you stop me? Are you obsessed with me, Don? Do you want me to see your picture of my shirt off like Benny did? I don't want. Yes, I'm in the area, but look, here's the fact of the matter is, listen. I can't sign that NDA you want me to sign. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do when I slap that half the hair off your head? Well, you talk to me, Don. Let's talk like gentlemen. Want to? Yeah, I appreciate that, Don, for making her stop. I do. I don't have nothing against you, man. And I mean, why do we got to talk on your property? Why can't we just meet out and talk? Well, what do you want to go do? What do you want to go do? I'm in Kingsport right now. I'm in Kingsport right now, over where you used to work at. You want to bet? I'm over by the Oak. I'm over by the Oak Sutherland County Community Corrections there. Actually, I'm close to it. No, I really ain't. I promise I ain't. I really want to talk to you. I mean, really, seriously, about some good stuff. Where are you at? I just told you. Come on. I just told you. You remember where the old pub was at? The wagon wheel. You all right? You get her. The cops is up there? What are the cops up there for, Don? What's wrong with the cops being up there, Don? No, I would never do that, old buddy. Why? I mean, what would they be up there for? What's wrong, Don? This is fake, like that fucking. Well, let's talk to you. You don't want to cuss me out. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you the right way. I don't have you live. There's no reason I have you live. Look, check the channel to make sure I ain't got you live. Man, I can't do all that right now. I ain't got all that. I'm not your enemy, bro. I don't know what the hell you think I'm your enemy for. I wanted to help find your girl. How'd I create drama? By busting my ass going through the water for 7 hours looking for your love? You never come at me like a fucking man. You canceled the interview, bro. You had an interview set with me. You canceled it.
Yeah. 7 hours going through the water. Like his imaginary cave trips.
No, I didn't. You know why? What? Who's the idiots I was with? Well, you do know Jamie was up there with us, right? The one you just did an interview with?
He called Sarah a bitch just now, by the way.
Did an interview with, buddy. They're setting you up, Don. Well, why would you think I'm trying to set you up for, man? I'm trying to help you. Dude, I have no problem with you, brother. I want to help you. That's it. I do. All my credentials are real, Don, by the state. You need to quit listening to fucking... Huh? Brother, I'm a real bounty hunter. I have been a bounty hunter for the last 20 years. I know it don't mean nothing, but I was licensed as a private investigator in 12 different states. We work with the Department of Homeland Security when we...
Ernie's stupid ass. Was. It's a past tense thing, Ernie.
We did predator investigations. That's a fact. I ain't got nothing against you. I've been trying to help you, Don. Give me the benefit of the doubt. Okay? I'm not. You've been yelling at me. And you had Candace over here come over here and hurt my feelings, man. I said, no yelling, dude. I can't hear. Who's in there? Who else there? God dang, man, you got a party going on there. I can't hear. Can't you hear what we're saying? I really am in Kingsport right now, man. Over here. I'm over here. You figured it out, man, but I'm telling you. You're just playing games again. You're a fucking YouTuber. Dude, I'm not a YouTuber. I got it. I got it. I showed you. Okay then. You don't think she's...
Don really was like, "You're playing games with me, and you're just a YouTuber."
Did you? Okay, bro. I won't say nothing else, bro. You figure it out, man. But I'm telling you. You're just playing games with me, and you're a fucking YouTuber. That's all you. Dude, I'm not a YouTuber. I don't even know how to use YouTube. I can't spell it. I'm like you. I can't even spell YouTube, bro. You want to say, no, hold up, motherfucker. You want to say that you want to be a real motherfucker, a real family center, a real cop, everything else. In one, in the same sentence, then you're going to say all this bullshit. I'm just trying. Look, I believe you, Don. You was at work. You had nothing to do with it. You're talking shit out your ass. Okay, then was you at work or not? I mean, hell, dude, what is it, Don? I'm trying to help you, bro. Come on, that shit, dude. Well, I'm trying to help you. If you was trying to help me, you'd be a real motherfucker. I am a real motherfucker. Well, I'll tell you what, just come on out here to Kingsport and we'll meet. We'll talk. If you want to hit me, you hit me. If I want to hit you, I'll hit you. How's that? I ain't gonna hit you. Well, I know you ain't. But, well, let's go. Well, come on, let's talk. The way you're talking. The way I'm talking is the truth, Don. I'm trying to freaking help you. I'm looking at all angles of this. I'm looking at all angles. I've heard a lot of shit. I've got the screenshots, bro. I've got the screenshots. You want to see them? You want to see them? No, I don't, because I don't believe it. Okay. Look, I can get the screenshots of Grandis. No, I don't want your screenshots. Okay then, brother. That's it. I know what the truth is. Okay, what is the truth then, Don? What am I missing, Don? What the hell am I missing? Look, I'm not even looking at your case.
That's probably the best policy with Ernie and some of the rest. Oh, there's screenshots in there. Were you the one sending me messages and texts on cell phone? You know, better watch, especially if TM and AB are connected at the times.
What am I missing? What are you missing? Yeah, what am I missing, bro? I'm doing my best to find your daughter, bro. No, you're not. What ain't I done? What ain't I done? I have. I've done it all. Well, one thing you won't shut the fuck up. You won't listen. Okay, well, listen. Well, tell me what I need to know. Well, one thing you just shut the fuck up. Okay, I'm shutting up. You need to listen. Look here. I don't just want to follow fucking power. We never won 30. We told the truth from the beginning. Okay. TBI believes this. Okay. TBI does believe you. I talked to a few agents. I know. No, you haven't. I haven't. No, but you might have. I talked to agents before. TBI would not talk. Okay, then I won't say nothing else. Okay, we'll just. Tell me that you're about all this. You're something such a bounty hunter. You have. You know what? I have more. You have more what? More police knowledge than you do, my friend. I know you do. That's good. I have more pull with the fucking police than you do. But you want to sit there and act like you're about all this and that. So you have more pull with the police than I do. Yes, sir. How's that, buddy? How do you have more? How do you have more pull with the police than I do? Like you probably got secrets with them or something, bro. Oh, I understand that. I understand what your shit is. I understand, bro. But you want to blast over here like you're about to blast. I ain't blasting shit. I don't even tag your daughter in my phone no more, bro. Collected 1 cent of your daughter being missing. Man, I know a lot of TBI agents. I know. I'm trying to get it. I mean, I'm going to touch you just like you fucking have, so on. But you know what? I wanted to settle down. I got my 4 answers, and I love dearly. You're just some sorry motherfucker who took my daughter. Well, look, you have to admit, for 2 people to go missing in a family in a 10 or 11 year span, bro. Dude, that's never happened. Oh, shit. You know that, right? That's never happened, bro. Yeah, that's pretty bad, isn't it? Our country. When 2 family members come up missing in the same family in a 12-year period, that's pretty. That's the goes on. There's something really bad going on in our country. Yeah, let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of a person named Mountain Girl? No, sir. You ain't? I just wondered. Brandy Vendetta or something. She's been on it. For the past 13 years since I've been in Tennessee after my mother died, the only people I know is the people in Underdog. I work 7 days a week. I work with the people up there now, girl. And they're all getting bitch out. All of them. Oh, yeah, man. Dude, I feel for you, bro. I feel for you. I got fired today. Did you know that? I didn't know that. What happened? Yeah, I got fired today because people are sending my boss's wife, are sending all kinds of hateful stuff to her Facebook account, and her tearing her up. Yeah. Well, Don, you have to be able to work and support your family. We know that. Yeah, well, I don't have no family no more. I have nothing left to lose no more. You got that? I do got that, bro. I have nothing left to lose. I've lost everything. I understand that. I understand. Everybody has a past, Don. Everybody does. But it's what we do in the future. I don't have a past. I don't have a present no more. I have nothing left to lose no more. What are you saying, Don? You giving up? No, I'm not giving up. Then you got something to lose then. Serious? Then you got something to lose then, bro. But listen to what I'm saying. I don't have nothing left to lose. I lost 2 of the biggest stores that we have because of people sending my boss's wife on her Facebook You know, the most important thing you've lost right now is your daughter. Well, okay, even if my daughter comes back, I don't let her have a job. I have nobody no more.
You know what's weird? Now I think about that in particular. Almost fits it, doesn't it? Huh.
Just all I've done is work my ass off, bro, and support my family. That's all I've done. Just I'm sorry, some bitch over here takes my daughter, and now I'm without a job. I have nothing left no more. So you don't have no idea. Someone's still my daughter, but now I'm nothing left. Don, let me ask you a question, man. Just man to man. Do you have any idea whatsoever what may have happened to her? Who may have got her? If I need that, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, seriously. You know, I suspect so many people. You know, and I'm trying to put pressure on certain people through YouTube stuff, and that's kind of some of that stuff is backfired on.
I'm sorry, say what? Huh.
Two of the biggest builders that we have, you know, the people setting my mom's wife on her Facebook account, some of the most horrific stuff that you even possibly imagine. That's bullshit. You know, the most important thing you've lost right now is your daughter. Well, okay, even if my daughter comes back, I don't let her have a job. I have nobody no more. Here's trying to just all I've done is work my ass off, bro, and support my family. That's all I've done. Is I'm sorry, some bitch over here takes my daughter, and now I'm without a job. I have nothing left no more. So you don't have no idea. Someone's still my daughter, but now I'm nothing left. Don, let me ask you a question, man. Just man to man. Do you have any idea whatsoever what may have happened to her? Who may have got her? If I need that, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, seriously. You know, I suspect so many people. You know, and I'm trying to put pressure on certain people.
It's weird. That dude just won't answer a goddamn question directly.
People through YouTube stuff, and that's kind of some of that stuff is backfired on me. And now I'm without a job. I have nothing left no more. So you don't have no idea. Someone's still my daughter, but now I'm nothing left. Don, let me ask you a question, man. Just man to man. Do you have any idea whatsoever what may have happened to her? Who may have got her? If I need that, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, seriously. You know, I suspect so many people. You know, and I'm trying to put pressure on certain people through YouTube stuff, and that's kind of some of that stuff is backfired on me.
Another admittance of Don Wells and crew of trying to use YouTube, and all you creators, like a great many of you admitted to doing on purpose for them, and putting pressure on or targeting individuals, a whole lot of which I'm sure some, they, according to my opinion at least, or well, I don't know, it's weird, depends on, either way, are witnesses and things, or y'all trying to weasel in and around, almost seeming to also try to gain all the information for people from everyone, right? Things people might want to know that they may not need. Yeah, I'm just saying. But no, not another admittance by Dawn of using YouTube to put pressure on or target others. Hey, Jody C, 75% trolls. Listen, Jody C. 75% trolls. Hint, wink. Correlates with messages from supposedly Mullen. I don't know why anybody contacted him anyway. It's not my request, but weird. I don't know. Either way, and then come down the pipeline all these years even after this, because this was, I think, somewhere early 22, so I don't know. And, um, yeah, them still firmly surrounded by those who, helped hunt us around news pieces and videotape and do weird shit. I'm gonna put a little pin in something here. So there's these nifty little vids I have and have had for eons. Where vehicles match certain vehicles that I have nifty little camera vids of inside of Ben Hill as well. And I wonder how, stupid certain people think certain people are, how bad they're us. Well, okay, can't say right now. I said it's pretty iffy right now. But that someone can't tell the shifts in body movement of male versus female running off in yards at dark. To males waiting in and just, or can't judge the reaction of others viewing those videos. Say like Ellie, like they might already know who was taking pictures of, doing weird shit in the middle of the night, including what looked to me like obviously where Little was getting dressed for certain activities. That morning when I and others called him, I just want to know how stupid people think some of us are, that our vision's really fucked up for that many years. Anyway, so these are still firmly around all those who helped in all the things and whatnot, and we're definitely full tilt fucking with all of us. Trying to gain shit from? No thanks for that. Because nothing much has ever changed. It may look like most of the targeting is because they are sus of us. No, that's not it, man. The whole thing around us is that they've always wanted things from us. Certain monsters on that road doing certain shit, obviously, are about different things, but others or teams, or something. No, you all, for the most part, it's to gain. Acquire illicit, right? And because certain people do want us indeed discredited, wiped off the map, that type of shit. Not believed. I couldn't imagine why. Maybe don't feed people out to tragedy events, especially, or I don't know, dox them to the world to take away from the fact that, you know, you're a pedo molest and you minor sisters when the time suited and you wanted to use what you knew, what little you knew, and what others knew in order to distract or wave or whatever from your moments of shame. And then the shit's just been on ever since all these years. But you take it down the line. All the bullshit, Jenny Adrian crew, da-da-da, scream test this, blah blah bullshit that. Hit piece by Lockdown. Other words mentioned. Things definitely cataloged as said. We just locks right on in, don't it? Don't look like they've ever really stopped all these years of trying to use YouTube, and as Don has proudly proclaimed even on lockdown, well, he's still targeting employers that displease him and using it. If it wasn't for YouTube, they'd probably be. They're grateful for it now. I don't know. So how many in the community did he use YouTube to put pressure on or target with his teams? And then all you investment teams and regular YouTube tragedy pimps doing regular YouTube shit around every open and active investigation, especially high profile ones. What'd you do? Well, you followed your own playbook when you have anyway. But did you give extra special attention to if those, like, I don't know, like Leilani's and Reeds and shit to play along with you, huh? So how many within Summer's real community in real life have you destroyed? At the request of. Because I know there's more than a few of you. Unless you want to walk back those statements or go, it's just YouTube. You can try that shit, but when there's so many of you and then people recording and everything else saying they did indeed have you do that, I don't know what you're gonna do about it.
I no longer have a job. I'm a nobody no more. Here's trying to. Just all I've done is work my ass off, bro, and support my family. That's all I've done. This I'm sorry, some bitch over here takes my daughter, and now I'm without a job. I have nothing left. So you don't have no idea. Someone stole my daughter, but now I have nothing left. Don, let me ask you a question, man. Just man to man. Do you have any idea whatsoever what may have happened to her? Who may have got it? If I need that, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, seriously. You know, it's just like so many people. You know, when I'm trying to put pressure on certain people through YouTube stuff, and that's kind of some of that stuff is backfired on me. Well, I'm trying to put pressure on certain people with YouTubers, and YouTubers, they brand some of these sorry motherfuckers. Well, you have to understand, the YouTubers are also going against you when they're supposed to be your friend. Yeah, right. And look at this. You don't know me. I don't know you, man. And I'm not going against you none. This is the first time.
You know, after all these years, one can't help but think. Is there a certain point that comes along to where if you did say or give more, that it'd be far too late for others to weave or pop around? They couldn't do it. Not this far in. And then does it help or does it hurt? Then you have to go pressure, targeting, annihilation of, usage of, for years. What about returning the favor, but with truth, proof, and evidence? Instead of bullshit YouTubers and that motherfuckers and their goddamn attempt at using this place as tool bag. And returning that, lofting that back, does it help or hurt? When it's done with truth and to try to help. I don't know, but then like a third party goes, you know, this many years in and this much proof of this shit. Man, what if like you took that Goldman's versus OJ shit like and just enacted a civil suit and pulled people in realms in which questions are different than regular courtroom and law settings, and it opens up all kinds of doors. Would that help more than anything? Would it be allowed? For the pursuit of truth and answers. For the right things. Would it be allowed? If someone, these fuck faces, and all the people associated with them, had used this realm to destroy, annihilate, get near, do all the things with, target, whatever, decided to all maybe even band together out of this community and go, maybe we do want answers for all this shit, and this might be a good way to join together and get answers for simmering some truth out. Questions in different realms. Things allowed that aren't in other settings. If allowed. Could it help? Could it be the path forward? Because how many in this community, how many of their witnesses have been fucked with? Put pressure on with the YouTube douchebags for how many years? Their tragedy pimps weaseling in and around all the inboxes, lives, front yards, false pretenses, you name it, to what seems like getting their witnesses, especially, or those they think that, I don't know. And, I mean, a lot of them will have done it on their own just for tragedy pimp, normal shit, right? Well combined criminal organization over here. But an abundance of will have also done it at the request of. And that's a problem. Especially if you can prove it. And then there are always the dumbasses around here who just cheese and squeeze, right? They come like grass cheese. Half of them are so stupid that they're just doing their own thing. They maybe think they even care about all babies, whatever, but then they learn. Oh, well, when they target this one, they do this or they do that. Well, rat to cheese, right? They know they get more attention, more views, more this, more that. So they do that. But in that, they're participating. And then others do eventually become aware and they will do any type of dirty work for this crew on YouTube. So, others just are oblivious to it. They're responding to the stimulus in their way, whether it be cash or views or whatever, you know, um, by all the little teams behind the scenes, but they don't necessarily realize, their brain's quite, but they're just not quite putting it together. So there are a lot that are actually involuntary participants. They just know the hate trains and the targeting pays, basically. One way or the other. Either way. I don't know. Don't know. But I'm thinking on it. I know that much for certain. Anyway, y'all think I'm gonna leave it there for the night. I'm feeling pretty rough. I've been here far too long. Tried to speed run it, but you know how that goes. I'm uncomfortable. I want to rest. I need to, and I'm gonna try to eat a snack. And I don't know. I don't know. I did watch Jurassic Park with the rebirth one. Oh man, do I have some words about that next time I come live. Oh dear. Mm-mm. Yo, that'd be the last Jurassic Park I ever watched in my life. I'm fed the fuck up with that shit. Couldn't help but correlate it between Tragedy Pimps, his Ranch Pete, nostalgia. Just nothing but. There was some funky alien weird. It don't. Some Avatar tales. You know what? I'm just done with it. I never thought I'd swear off the dinosaurs, but even. Nope, not doing it. They can. Amblin Entertainment, Universal, and Spielberg and them get their shit together for the next one and give us 9-minute long previews, or I'm fucking out for good. Like, I'll stick with my old Jurassic Parks, but the fuck if they'll ever do this shit to me again. The Chris Pratt one's bad enough. What the hell you say with this? Hell no. And it really was. It was like, anyway, we'll get to that later. I can't recommend it. That's all. I wouldn't. Y'all better wait for that shit to hit the fucking platform, whatever, and that was somewhere for fucking free. Because it ain't worth paying to watch, tell you that. Honestly, ain't worth spending the time fucking watching. Y'all have no idea how pissed off I am about this. I'm devastated. Also, that I had to be like, fuck them dinosaurs. They ain't real dinosaurs. You have no idea. I'm horrified. It's so blatant and manipulative and like, oh, we'll get to it later. But anyway, also, we've had a coyote, a menace, a bunch of wasps, incidents in the past couple days while I've been trying to rest. It's been, which menace is good. Menace is good, peeps. Look, menace is the good little thing of today. I think that was, yeah, 'cause I had to water little strawberries. Y'all just look at the egg. Menace is a big boy on little strawberries. Just look at it. Just look at it. And bro, that storm was so strong last night, it done like beat the shit out of the flowers on the strawberry plants. But anyway, look at him. Isn't he beautiful? Actually, and looked at the butt region. Otherwise, I can tell you whether it's male or female. Did I even get a pick at the butt? Well, damn. Maybe. Not good enough. Anyway, and then also there's been things moving and shaking. And not to do with whatever they're making up over here, but I just think, a lesson learned a million times over in lifetimes is enough. About staying away from certain group of people who just suck. Especially when in their little group. And you don't ever want to be part, never did, never do. Gets old. And cutting off and not speaking to anything other than cursory hi bye type shit, waving. Say goodbye, whatever. Yeah. And I think we're meh. Yeah. Yeah. So there's all that. So, you know. Some things are just things, and they do their things, and you recognize your things, and sometimes you find yourself back around there, and you're like, nah, I remember. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so I don't know. There's all that. But anyway, I'm just a wee bit tired, and I'm gonna enjoy my ice here and a snack, and I'm gonna rest about it. Uh, and remember that it's about the dance, right? Little Speck, Best Cosmos, good tunes. Trying to live one's best life amongst all the others on this tiny speck and these vast cosmos, all trying to do the same. Anyway, tonight I will ask that you please share the DV/Universal hand signal for help. And as always, continue to share Summer's picture, information, and call her by her name. It's the most tangible way in which to help her, to help find her, and to help find justice for her. And to even possibly, unbelievably enough, help locate and bring the person or persons responsible to justice. Anyway, anyway, y'all remember to be good sparks, pebbles, and voices when and where you can. Little things always matter. They change the lives around you, they change the world around you. And little things always, always count. Y'all find your favorite tune, your favorite critter, your favorite snack. Do all your favorite things and dance your dance, no matter what skies or storms. But y'all have a good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever y'all are. And don't let anything besides Mercury bother you much.
tonight.